All right. We got give me a second here. Okay. All right, Miguel Bendueno, Keyshawn Davis fight is about to start. Mason looked great always though. Yeah, Mason's a beast. Ohio in the house. That's where I grew up. So this is the first round of the Keyshawn Davis Miguel Bendueno fight. This is a 10-round fight. Keyshawn Davis, his younger brother, just fought on this undercard and won. Some people say it was a gifted decision. But this is about Keyshawn. He's a top prospect. He's been talking a lot this week about who he wants to fight, talking about how he wants all the smoke. We'll see how this goes. He's saying he's going to knock Bendueno out. Bendueno's camp says that this is going to be a closer fight than people think. I'm going to give myself a glass of wine. Let me know where you're coming from. Good job. First round of the Keyshawn Davis fight. Davis lifts Bendueno off of the ground. It's a circus in there. .30 seconds left in the first. This is the Keyshawn Davis Miguel Bendueno fight. It's a lightweight fight at 135. And we're going to be streaming live. We're going to be streaming the co-main with Robson Conceição versus Shakur Foster. Then obviously the main event with Shakur versus Harutyunyan. But I got Keyshawn is so long for the division. They're talking about the Claggett fight. Bendueno's chasing Davis. Got to rep my Kelly Pavlik shirt. Hometown love. It's my childhood boy. 1 round in the bank. Business Keyshawn. You got to get hyped for fight night. Who's hyped? One round in the books. Yeah, Abdullah Mason, it'll be interesting when he starts getting tested a bit. Jab to the body. First round of all these fights are usually feeling out process. This is Keyshawn Davis versus Miguel Bendueno. Round 2. First round was a bit, First round, Keyshawn lands 16-5 against Bendueno at a 55% rate. This is round 2. Bendueno's getting yelled at by the ref for rabbit punching. Keyshawn with a nice lead uppercut. What's up, Andrew? Nice seeing you again. Yeah, we just got this round 2 of the Keyshawn Davis fight. And I always forget until I see Keyshawn fight. He's so long for the 135-pound division. Like long reach. If you miss the first round, he lands 16 out of 30 punches, 55%. Madueno lands 5. So already Keyshawn is off to a good start. He's going to want to wear his opponent down. He definitely, this stage of his career, he wants the big fights. He wants to finish this by knockout. Madueno's tough, though. Norfolk, Virginia. Oh, nice counter by Keyshawn. Madueno's pushing it on him. It just doesn't seem like Madueno has the feet to catch to hurt Davis. Madueno, a tough dude. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. And from what I'm seeing right now with Madueno, Andrew, is I don't know if he has the footwork to not necessarily hit Davis, but to hurt Davis, like you said. Keyshawn's pretty much doing what he wants with him in terms of moving around the ring, making a miss. Madueno has already been yelled at by the ref once for rabbit punches. And Madueno's game plan is trying to smother Keyshawn. Keyshawn's not having it. Keyshawn looks way better than he did, right? Savage. That's what I was talking about. Beautiful right hand counter. He looks way different this fight. Keyshawn looks switched on, and he's fighting him. Madueno is going to be there to get hit. It's just going to come down to Keyshawn wanting to give the fans a fight. And so far, this second round's been exciting. Keyshawn got some decent. Keyshawn looks way better. I agree with you, Savage. Keyshawn got some decent on the shots. Yeah, it's if you guys remember watching, I don't know how old you are, but if you remember for the division when Tommy Hearns, how long. It's not always the big muscle-bound guys that hit the hardest. It's those long, limber sort of body types. Tommy Hearns had that body type. Keyshawn for the division has that body type. From what I heard his sparring partners talk, I heard he hits hard. People have said they fought him and sparred him. Mark Kriegel, man, what do you guys think of Kriegel? 34. So, yeah, you're definitely well within the age bracket and knowing about Tommy Hearns. No, Tommy Hearns was a fighter, but then learned to box, and Keyshawn reminds me of that. Yeah, and then you mix in like that long, snappy sort of style. I think Keyshawn has a big upside. It's only been 2 rounds. Madueno's tough. We'll see a lot, but these first 2 rounds, like somebody mentioned, like Savage mentioned, he looks better in this fight. He looked a bit pedestrian his last fight. Shakur's getting his hands wrapped. He took that right hand from Keyshawn. Ate it. He did. That was a beautiful right hand, too. I like Keyshawn's right hand. I like when he keeps it sharp. When he throws it like a piston from like that. Start of the 3rd round, guys, because Keyshawn sometimes will loop it. He'll either throw that way or that. I like that short button straight right he throws. It's sharp, right there. And he's doing a lot of good work with his shoulder rolls. Ooh, nice little step in lead uppercut by Keyshawn. Keyshawn's showing us a lot of little tricks he has right now. He's doing a lot of things nice defensively, but then he'll drop and then jab to the body. He just threw a nice lead uppercut in the pocket and rolled under it. He's very skilled, man. Keyshawn Davis, very skilled. I could see why so many people are up on him. Keyshawn got to stay to the body. Keyshawn in the back. Yeah, right? I think it's probably fair to say that Keyshawn's a momentum fighter. Oh, nice right hand. Like you see Keyshawn getting into the flow of things. He likes to get into his rhythm. And if as an opponent of Davis, if you let him get burning and roll and doing his thing, you're in trouble. Look at that shoulder roll defense. That is nice, man. Oh, no, look at Keyshawn comfortable on the ropes. None of those are landed. Right now, if you guys aren't watching, Keyshawn is on the ropes. Medueno is throwing pot shots, but nothing's landing. And Keyshawn's just face and comfortability there is just so comfortable. If you were looking at Keyshawn from the face up and seeing his opponent throwing pot shots and missing, you would think that Keyshawn was having a coffee. Just doesn't look stressed at all. Looks super comfortable in a firefight. Wise beyond his years in those stressful positions. You could tell he spars a lot. You could tell that he's comfortable in there with high-level opponents. Excellent composure. Yeah, man, you got to love that composure. I love when I see that from a young – and if you guys were streaming with us during the Frank Martin-Gervonta fight, that's something that we called out is in it was either the first or second round when Frank bit on Gervonta's feints. When Frank started to bite, and that was telling us a lot about, what was forthcoming, because that's the opposite, lack of composure, when a guy is biting on everything. Keyshawn is just sitting there rolling. His shoulder roll shell defense is super technical. What I like with Keyshawn, how he uses his shoulder roll shell, is that when he rolls it, he doesn't lose eye contact of his opponent. When we started seeing Garcia doing that against Oscar Duarte, if you remember, Garcia was trying to Philly shell against Duarte, and he was turning his whole back and at moments taking his eyes off his opponent. That's not how you're supposed to do that technique. How you're supposed to do it is how Keyshawn's doing it. Just here, and then here, and always having his vision on his opponent. Keyshawn's vision tonight is spectacular. I don't have the volume up, so I don't know what the announcers are saying. But if you guys hear any sort of contradictory things that they're saying that I'm saying, feel free to let me know. The last thing I ever want to do is create an echo chamber with us. And if something I'm saying is off base or vice versa, let me know. He looked comfy, but a little too comfy. That's interesting. Got it 1-1. I wouldn't argue that. 1-1 seems pretty legit. Too comfy. I don't like staying on the ropes. I get that. Eventually one will land. It could be a mistake, but he looks comfortable. True. Keyshawn doing good, though, but Medueno isn't backing down. Yeah, this is an exciting fight. Of the odds, I think Medueno is – I mean, some of the – okay, here's jabs landed. They're showing the stats on the TV right now. 23-3 jabs landed throughout the first 3 rounds. So Medueno's throwing all power shots. Keyshawn's using the jab. Oh, nice right hand by Keyshawn. He thinks he has him hurt. He's starting to tee up on him. Oh, nice fucking right hand by Keyshawn. Dude, when Keyshawn smells blood, he's going for the kill. Let them hands go, young man. What a rally. 30 seconds gone in the 4th round. When Keyshawn has his opponent hurt, he steps on the gas, but he's patient here. He's not emptying the gas tank, but he's showing a lot of veteran savvy for being so young. Yeah, Medueno got a chin on him because he took a couple of those right hands flush. I like that body work, Keyshawn. Oh, straight right hand. That's the right hand I'm talking about. When he throws it just there, no fat on it. So Keyshawn's – oh, I love his lead hand body work, and then the straight right hand. Medueno's got a chin on him. Must be under that beard. We got 90 seconds in the 4th. This has by far been the most exciting round. One thing we know thus far, Medueno has a chin on him, and Keyshawn's patient. Keyshawn's hand speed is unbelievable. No wonder he's so confident. Medueno answering the call with a shot through the body of his own. They clinch up with 1:20 left in the 4th. Keyshawn still barely has broken a sweat. His body work is beautiful. Keyshawn's using a lead hook to the body, but also the lead-in, step-in jab, opening up his straight right hand to the right. Medueno with a flurry forces Keyshawn to move, change angles. We got 1 minute left in the 4th. Exciting round. Nice right hand by Keyshawn. Keyshawn's right hand backing up is beautiful. His counters tonight are gorgeous. Woo! Keyshawn Davis is an assassin right here, but Medueno's a dog. He's starting to show it a bit. Medueno's starting to breathe a little bit out of his mouth. 4th round. This is a good round. Definitely looks better than Medueno's still dangerous. 100%. Keyshawn is sharp. dude, how comfortable he is in that pocket, just shoulder rolling and countering is something to watch. One thing about Davis, he uses his length pretty well. I love how comfortable he is in that pocket and how smart he is too. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Medueno took some hard shots, but he gave some too, just not as accurate as Davis is. These punch numbers are going to be in. Oh, Keyshawn straight right with the follow left hook step in. End of round 4. That was a fun round. Keyshawn flexes to the crowd. The one thing I like Davis has in his arsenal is, as an orthodox fighter, when he throws his hook off of his straight right, usually fighters will plant on that. Usually they'll throw the straight right and then sit down on the hook. Keyshawn tonight is throwing the right, stepping forward, and then throwing the hook after he's cut that distance even farther. So he's changing his punch angles beautifully by using his feet. And maybe I don't remember him ever doing that. I know he's with Bomac. I never remember Keyshawn stepping forward with the 2-3, but it looks beautiful, and he's landed it every time. The end of that fourth round, he landed it perfect. Look at dude, his straight right hand is high level. It's great to see a young kid steadily getting better and, being at such a young age, but being so high caliber, just keep adding little tools and tricks to his arsenal. But he's in good hands with Bomac too. You know what I mean? It's easy to give a coach credit or give a trainer credit when you got Bud Crawford as your star pupil. But in a weird way, man, I don't know if Bomac gets enough credit for his stable. He has a lot of guys there, and people come to him too. Round 5 is starting off with a lot of action. Medueno is a goddamn dog. This is why you got to love the sport of boxing, because, will Medueno, is he a household name? Will he ever be a household name? But no. But there's thousands of Meduenos out there who give their life to boxing, who just has the heart of a dog, which makes, for great fights. 56% to 17% of punches landed in the last round. Keyshawn lands 34 punches in that last round, throwing 61. Medueno, they said he only landed 9, which is interesting. Keyshawn is sharp. He definitely should not get in a slugfest with Medueno at this stage in the fight. I agree. He's also throwing a slower right and then a faster right, manipulating the guard. Great pickup, Savage, 187. Rosaline, good day, Johnny. What's up, Rosaline? Yes, Stu, everything's great here. It's Sunday afternoon, enjoying some boxing, talking to some boxing fans. Man, what could be better? I got a glass of red wine. It's a Malbec. I'm an old man when I'm drinking red wine on a Sunday. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you guys. This is fun. Hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I recognize everybody in here. I know you guys are subscribers to the channel. I appreciate you. Round 5, let's just hope for an exciting main event, an exciting co-main. We know with Robson Conceição and O'Shaquie Foster, that's the next fight. I can't wait for that fight. And you got Shakur. I'm predicting. Look, I've been getting beat up in the boxing forums this week. I'm fine with that, but I'm never going to shy away from a fighter that I cheer for. I've always been a fan of Shakur. I'm going to cheer for Shakur, and for the sake of the haters, I hope Shakur puts on an electric performance. I hope Harutyunyan brings the dog out of him. I hope both guys have a good showing. But it's amazing how many people have so many negative things to say about a 27-year-old young man athlete. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm 42. I could call a 27-year-old a kid. It's amazing that so many grown men on social media have so much hatred to these young men following their dreams. That's the way I look at it. And so for how much, I was propping this fight up, so many people were just talking so much negativity about Shakur, he's an athlete. It's crazy to see that. But, an electric performance could change all that. We got 20 seconds left in round 5. Medueno hasn't taken one step back. 20 seconds. Keyshawn looks like this isn't him taking a round off. He does look like 10 seconds. He's not as urgent as exchanging. Somebody called it out in the group that it wouldn't be wise for him to exchange in a dogfight this early in the fight. And it sounds like Keyshawn listened to you, because round 5 seemed a bit more in the pocket in terms of not opening up. Shakur by knockout. Nice. May ignore all Shakur's fights and only talk about the messed up hand fight. I know, right? It's crazy. I consider Shakur pound for pound. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. The boxing community is fickle. Some advice my father used to give me about life. I'm not trying to get too esoteric here, but it involves this chat. My dad used to tell me, Johnny, keep things light, Light, regarding life. So like with stress, people who are resentful, people who have bitterness, people who are envy, people who are jealous of people. That's living a heavy life. That sort of stuff makes people sick. So like I've always had this mantra in my life to live light, like a light energy. Don't carry any of this negativity. And so earlier today on our community tab on the channel, I posted that if you take Shakur by knockout in the 5th, it's 15-1. And this guy who is commenting on this thread, talking shit about me, saying I don't know shit, saying Shakur is a bum. I go to his profile and he doesn't subscribe to my channel, but he's commented over 1,000 times. So I had to, it's the first time I've done this in a year. I had to just ban him from the channel. And I never do that. And I kind of felt guilty about it. But I was thinking about big right hand by Davis. I was thinking about my dad saying, keep things light. And rather than engaging with the trolling, which he wanted me to do, I just was like, screw this guy. And I just said, block the user from my channel, which I've only done once. I don't like doing. I open people to disagree. Like if you disagree with any of the points, I'm fine with that. I don't mind that. But when it comes down to calling fighters trash because of their race, their ethnicity, or saying that, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I cheer for American fighters, like that sort of thing, I got to keep things light and I got to ban you from the channel. So that happened earlier. We got 2 minutes left in the 6th. I got 14 years on you, bro. You're a comparative. That's awesome. Wise beyond your years. Great advice. Appreciate it. Davis is teeing off on dude right now. Good for you. Yeah, Keyshawn. So let's focus on Keyshawn. We got about 90 seconds left in the 6th. But Keyshawn turned his back to Madueño in a sign of admiration. Madueño pets the back of Keyshawn's head. Oh, nice right uppercut to the body. Oh, Madueño's there. Throws a body shot of his own. Keeps his right guard high. Keyshawn's checking him with that left hook. Keyshawn sees something that I think he could get him out of. He keeps trying this left hook. Madueño keeps checking it. Every time that he checks it, Keyshawn goes to the body to try to bring that down. I think if Keyshawn does get Madueño out here in the next 3.5 rounds, I'm going to predict it'll be from that left hook. The right hand is beautiful, but it seems like with all the investment to the body that Keyshawn's throwing, he thinks it's going to be the left hand. Nice right hand to the 50 seconds left in the 6th. The end of this round is exciting. Keyshawn's looking real comfortable in the corner. I'm sure Bomac's telling him to get out of there. Keyshawn's smiling. He's having fun in there. Keyshawn looks so damn sharp. Agree. This is his best fight. Agree. Keyshawn catch shooting encounters are sharp 100%. Left, right, hook combat 100%. You guys know your boxing. This is fun. Yeah, that catch encounter. Being able to keep it, boom, fire right off of the impact, right off of the oh, beautiful feet by Keyshawn. It's a wrestling match. They go to the ground. Keyshawn's an assassin in there, but he's like acting in like almost a playful manner, which I think is healthy, which I've never. Usually, business Keyshawn, mean business Keyshawn. He's smiling tonight, and he's loose in there, and you can see it. You can see it. Oh, they're staring. Oh, they're headbutting each other. Oh shit! Madueño hits the ref after the bell. Both corners are out of their seats. This might be a DQ. Is the ref going to DQ Madueño? Come on, don't throw him out for that. So the round ends. They get face-to-face. It gets heated. The ref steps in between Keyshawn and Madueño. Keyshawn pushes Madueño. Madueño throws a hook and catches the ref right in the mouth. Don't DQ him, though. Don't do it. Don't take the fight out of Madueño's hands. Okay, good. They're not going to DQ him, but shit, they could have. Okay, he didn't. Good on the ref. Good on the ref. He's working fucking hard. He's an old timer. So the 6th round ends. It's getting really contentious. Keyshawn's standing up. They're talking shit. They connect heads. They're headbutting, but it's still kind of playful. During the headbutt, Keyshawn pushes him off. The ref steps in. Madueno throws a hook at Keyshawn and hits the ref right in the head. Right there. Oh, shit. Round 7 starts. Keyshawn throws Madueno down to the ground in the first 10 seconds. The ref has lost control of this fight. All right, this is the 7th round. They're going. Madueno's throwing bombs. He's going for it. He's body slamming Keyshawn. The ref needs. This shit's chaos, guys. I apologize. It's WWE up in here. The ref needs to get control of this because it's chaos. Keyshawn with a 4-piece combo to the grill. Madueno fires back. 2:20 left. Keyshawn with a big right hand. Nice jab, Keyshawn. 2 minutes left in the 7th. They're clinching up. Wrestling here. Working for overhead. He has an underhook. Some MMA grappling. 2 minutes left in the 7th. The ref is laughing. Keyshawn's laughing. Keyshawn drops for a single leg. Keyshawn goes to his knees for a double leg takedown. 2 minutes. It's a fun fight. Good on the ref for not stopping it. We got 1:30 left in the 7th. Both guys are starting to look a little tired. There's a lot more wrestling and clinch exchanges here. Keyshawn's head's down. He doesn't look right now. I wonder if he's just getting a breather. Keyshawn looks tired here. 90 seconds. Ooh, nice combo by Davis. Madueno says, bring it on. Nice right hand by Davis. Left hook combo. Keyshawn's hands are so nice. Oh, fucking walked him right into a right hand. Yeah, Madueno's eating so many shots. He's walking through a lot of them, but those are big shots. 1 minute left in the 7th. I like what Keyshawn's added to his game a bit is after a big exchange, he's now using his footwork, circling left or circling right. Earlier in the fight, we mentioned that he was standing there getting too comfortable on the ropes. He's no longer doing that. 45 seconds left in the 7th. Madueno is being really active this round. Clinched up. There's a tension in the air. You can feel it in the crowd. Yo, they're playing WWE. Shit's getting wild. Ref don't care. Now, this is a fight with little boxing. 100%, dude. 20 seconds left in the 7th. Nice right hand by Davis. Straight right, followed up by a left hook combo. Nice liver shot. Madueno says, come on. 15 seconds left in the 7th. Keyshawn's teeing off on him. Madueno's taking a lot of shots, guys. That's it. Oh! As the bell rings, Keyshawn lands a right and a left. They're talking about what happened in the 6th headbutt. Keyshawn pushes him. Madueno throws a hook. Okay. It wasn't that bad. It looked worse in real time. Wrestling. Keyshawn's off of his feet. There's 3 rounds left. Ref don't care. Stab and jabs the body. Yeah, he's been throwing that all night. It's such a nice punch for him. All right, guys. Round 8. What are your scorecards like? I want to hear some scorecards. Let's go, Key. Come on. Yeah, the fight's firmly in his control. Round 8 of 10. Madueno is a tough guy. It's just that I think Davis is too smart to put him to take too many shots because Madueno is the type of guy where you have to get hit to hit him. And Davis is up so much. It's like how much – I wonder what Bomac was telling him. It's one thing that I wish boxing would do a bit better with these promotions that the UFC does really well is mic the corners up because I'd love to hear what some of these corners are saying. Sometimes you catch like 2 seconds of a corner, but I want to hear the advice what Bomac is giving Davis in round 8 of 10 in terms of like the pressure he wants, what he wants him to do. Is he telling him to take his foot off of the gas? Is he telling him to press forward and go for the knockout when you're up probably maybe 6-2. I don't know how you guys are scoring it. Yeah, I got a 6-1 for Key. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I wonder what the advice would be here for Keyshawn if you're Bomac. Because at the end of the day, these guys are fighting for their legacies, careers. They don't give a shit about us. About not. I mean, some fighters want to impress the fans and put themselves in danger for a big knockout. That's why Arturo Gatti was so beloved, and my favorite, Diego Chico Corrales, was so fucking beloved because those two guys would put themselves in harm's way just for the love of the fans. Dude, if you guys don't know, nice counter right hand by Keyshawn. Diego Corrales was special. It's still sad. It's still both guys were him and Arturo. Both guys were taken too soon. Obviously, Diego in the bike crash in Vegas, and Arturo in Brazil under some shitty circumstances. But yeah, both of those guys were known for putting themselves in danger just for the fans, and that's how you become beloved, though. And that's what people. Could you imagine if Shakur fought that way? If we see a Shakur Stevenson start doing that, or like a fighter of this generation start doing that, pretty wild. PBC does a good job miking up the corner. Commercials between rounds of Super Lane used to not be like that. I was a big fan of me too, man. Chico. He was a fan favorite. Oh, there you go. Keyshawn with some crispy combos. I love how Davis throws his combos not from here, but like he keeps them. Oh, they're on the ground again. But Dueno with a single leg takedown. He's in full mount. The ref breaks him up. Keyshawn looks less than amused. 10 seconds left in the 8th. They're wrestling a bit. 2 rounds left. There's a bit of a headbutt. The ref breaks him up. It's getting sloppy. They're both in each other's face again. But Dueno points to his crotch. And does this to Keyshawn. What the heck? It's chaotic in here. Dueno trying to bully my guy. That's what's happening. Oh, that right uppercut counter from Keyshawn's beautiful. Let's see Dueno. I gotta pull out Miguel Dueno. He only has 2 losses. 33 fight veteran, ranked number 63 in the world. Wow, he's only 25. He has a lot of fights for only being 25. The matchmakers knew what they were doing. Good on Keyshawn for taking this fight. You have a 25-year-old who's 31-2 with 28 knockouts, ranked 63 in the world. His last loss was to guess who? Guess who Dueno lost to? You guys probably know this. Steve Claggett, 2 fights ago. He's coming off a split decision victory. So Dueno's 2 losses are to Steve Claggett and Jezreel Corrales, both UDs. He has 28 of his 31 wins are by knockout. Man, Claggett impressed me, man. Claggett's output was crazy. Seeing somebody who has that kind of cardio. And, I like what I saw from Teofimo, too. Teofimo fought him. That was a fun fight. The ref is yelling at him. 1 minute gone in the 9th round. But Dueno's only 25, man. 33 pro fights. Never been finished. He's a dog in there. Like I said, there's probably hundreds of Duenos in every division who, whether it's marketing, you got Keyshawn putting his tongue out in Dueno. Oh, nice left hook. This is a good feature. They're showing Shakur's locker room. In Shakur's locker room, obviously Clarissa Shields. She's always with him. I think that's Andre Ward. Bud Crawford's in his locker room. We got 1:45 left in the 9th. Well, Keyshawn's the same age. This goes to show you about sometimes with the countries, fighters who go the Olympic route. Obviously, we know the boxing, you have to be an amateur to be an Olympian. So, like, you got a guy like Keyshawn Davis with 10 pro fights, and you have a guy like Dueno with 33 pro fights, and they're both 25. You know what I'm saying? Now, the caliber of opponents, Keyshawn's ranked number 13 in the world, and we said Dueno was ranked 56 in the world. I don't want to say it's an even fight, but Keyshawn's running away with it. But it's a fight. It's competitive enough. Madueño's defense is a bit suspicious. I had a guy today. I had a guy this week educate me on the origin of Mexican style boxing. Now, I thought I knew what Mexican style boxing was. Technically, what you see in the ring, cutting the ring off. Oh my God, Madueño's on the ground on both knees, grabs both of Keyshawn's feet. Keyshawn kicks him. The ref breaks it up again. 30 seconds left in the 9. Thinking about a Mexican style. Oh, big right hand by Keyshawn. Then he grabs him. Keyshawn's hand speed's crazy. 20 seconds left in the 9. Mexican style fight. You cut the ring off. You force your opponent to fight you in half the ring. But he was telling me, check your chat. Shakur better be careful. Dude could crack. Maybe he's using a VPN. Check your chat, Johnny. Why? What happened? Australia, though. Where Johnny is. Jack, ESPN Plus. Jack, what's up? Maybe he is using VPN. Big shots at the end. Huge shots at the end. What did I miss, guys? How are you not getting commercials between rounds? Oh, Savage. I'm streaming from Australia. Jack P. It's on KO Sports. So, guys, if you didn't know, I grew up in America, but I spent the last 10 years in Sydney. I run a fitness and wellness business down here. I followed a girl back in the day. I'm currently dating a different girl, but I love my girlfriend. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, we have a channel. We have a streaming platform in Sydney called KO, K-A-Y-O. So I'm watching it on my big screen, and I'm live streaming with you guys on my Mac. What platform is it fun? Okay, I think we're caught up. 1 round left. But he was telling me about the Mexican style, meaning that back in the early 1900s, the Mexican fighters fighting in these little parking lot sort of promotions, some of them weren't guaranteed to get paid unless they knocked their guy out. So over time in the shittier promotions coming up, you had generations of boxers who are kind of conditioned to go for the knockout based on pay. And that's something that I had never heard of and I don't know the truth to that, but it sounded right to me. We got 2.5 left in the 10th round. It's fair to say these guys don't like each other. And they're clinching, they're punching each other in the clinch. It's getting sloppy in there. The ref is trying to break them up. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 10th. It's safe to say that these two guys aren't going to be partying together anytime soon. Nice body rip by Keyshawn. Madueño's still there to get hit. He's tough as nails. Key needs to stay on him and get him out of there. Key looking great. Best performance. I totally agree. I think it's going to be – I thought KO only did PBC. No, KO, I'm not sure if they're even contracted. I think KO is just a streaming platform. And then the promotions down here in Australia, as you know, Jack, we have No Limit. And then America, PBC, Top Rank Matchroom. I think they pay a streaming – because I've seen Matchroom on here. I've seen Top Rank. I've seen PBC all on KO Sports. I think they just pay a universal streaming tax depending on what country they're showing. Left hook. We got a minute. We got 90 seconds left in the 10th. We got a title fight. The next 2 fights are title fights, guys. That Robson Conceição, O'Shaquie Foster. A minute left. All right, that's good to hear. Bomax giving Davis the advice to keep working the body. There's a minute left in the 10th round. Yeah, they don't seem like they're going to like each other after this final bell. $40 seconds left, guys. The only question is how wild is Keyshawn's post-fight press conference going to be? In terms of the names he's going to call out. We know the name. We know he wants the big fights, man. I get it. 20 seconds left. Madueño's yelling at Keyshawn. Come on! Stand in the pocket and trade. Keyshawn calls him on. Come on. 15 seconds left in the fight. They're both calling each other out, but no one's throwing. Oh! Keyshawn doing the Oleo Matador. Rips off a 1-2 to the body. Madueno shows him his crotch. Keyshawn with a big right hand. Madueno throws. They're punching after the bell. Are they going to hug it? Hug it out. Oh, they're hugging it out. I love it. All right, they're good. Yeah, you can't go 10 rounds with another grown man trying to knock each other's head off and then not show love after. All right, that's fight 1 in the books. We got 2 left, guys. Go get yourself some refreshments. All right, this isn't supposed to sound controversial, and I'm not clowning here. I mean this. I guess maybe it's because I grew up in a house. Something you guys don't know about me. I grew up in a house with 3 sisters and my mom, and then my dad was there too. But it was definitely a female-run house. And because of that, since I was a little boy, I've always been empathetic to the world around me. Like, the world around affects me. It hurts me to see people suffering. When people are sick, it hurts me. So my point is with Bomac. I love Bomac. Like, you hear him talk. He's so endearing. You see, it was his birthday last week, and you see Bud Crawford shared all these photos of him and Bomac since they were young. And, I really wish he would lose weight, man. And this isn't me clowning him. I'm just for his health. I think he might be my age, man. I'm 42, and I see him, and he's not losing. Because, one of the things I do is people pay me for my services down here in Australia to help them get healthy and stay healthy. And when you look at body types and, especially men over 40, you got to start thinking heart disease, diabetes. You got to start thinking stroke. And it would be amazing one day if we all woke up and Bomac lost weight or got a little more fit. Because I don't want to be, he needs to be around for many more decades. But you don't see many obese people. You don't see many senior citizens who are obese. You know what I'm saying? How often do we see the elderly and they're obese? It's because, they don't live that long. He's getting bigger. He's not going around much more. I know, man. He does look like he's getting bigger, which sucks. Because boxing is such a – when we know this. Boxing is such a disciplined sport, samurai. And that guy's filled with so much knowledge, and you see what he instills in his youths and his pupils and his students, and it's like, man, there has to just be some trigger there mentally to where he. All right, here's what Keyshawn. Keyshawn thanking God. Bomac, 100%. I love Bomac. I said it once. I was saying Abdullah Mason is my favorite. Oh, McDander, Abdullah Mason is a dog. Cleveland, Ohio. There's something. So this guy, Youngstown, Ohio. Ray Mancini, Northeast Ohio. Sean Porter, Northeast Ohio. Like Abdullah, there's something about old steel towns where there's the economy shit. It snows 9 months out of the year that produces good fighters. Keyshawn, Virginia. Cold weather city towns produces good fighters, man. There's something to it. Abdullah Mason is a dog. Keyshawn. Okay. Oh, he's not mentioning names. Okay, so Keyshawn. Bomac gave Keyshawn an A- today and gave him a B- for Pedraza. All right. 2 fights left, guys. What would you give Keyshawn? He looked great. That was the best I've seen him fight. He fought a good, tough opponent. Bomac gives him an A-. How could you go against that? It was definitely an A performance. Shockey Foster. He's fun to watch. I think Foster's only losses came into from Texas. This is a world title fight. Oshaki's only losses Samuel Ta and Rolando Chinea. A split decision, early losses. He hasn't lost in 8 years. Abraham, oh yeah, remember he starched Abraham. No, he split decision Abraham Nova. That was a good fight. All right, we're on commercials now. Go get some. We're gonna keep it live. Yes, not no but. Yes, I know not to box dudes from. Cause Ohio, man, we don't got. There's nothing in Ohio, dude. It's we're all hungry. Look at our minimum wage. I tell people, man, growing up in Northeast Ohio, we didn't have rich and we didn't have poor. There was no like I didn't know what rich or poor was until I moved to LA when I was 23. So like growing up in Northeast Ohio, everybody's poor. Like everybody's low middle class sort of thing. And so we didn't have homeless people in Youngstown, but we didn't have mansions. It wasn't until I moved out west, so I saw that desperation, that socioeconomical gap. But when everybody is bunched here, you're going to get some people who can fight. It really comes down to coaching too at that moment. But there's some good coaches in Northeast Ohio. In my hometown, we had a couple really good ones who still do it today. We can wrestle and box. Cincinnati, oh yeah, the nasty natty, man. I talked about it last week. Wrestle and box. Play football too. Cincinnati Moeller, fucking was it Xavier? Midland, Cincinnati. When I played, when I was in high school, I graduated 2000. But we used to play in these baseball tournaments all around the state, and the best baseball teams when I was younger were always from Cincinnati. I think it was Cincinnati Moeller and Midland had maybe Saint. Was there Xavier? Saint. There was a Saint school, maybe Saint Xavier out of Cincinnati too. I can't remember. Johnny from Youngstown, no shit. That's what's up. That's 100%, man. I left Youngstown when I was. I moved out of Youngstown when I was 19, and then I went to college at University of Pittsburgh, played baseball there, played minor league baseball in South Carolina, and moved to Los Angeles. Then I lived in Vegas. Now I live in Australia. So I'm a bit of a rolling stone. Xavier, that's what's. I'll be right back, guys. Nasty Nastas go to Escobar. Now he is Nostradamus. Here we go. There's a world title fight. Okay, so we got Conceição. Shaki has a 55% knockout to win ratio. Conceição's at a 50% rate too. His only losses are Shakur and Oscar Valdez. Yeah, Conceição, Brazilian. Keyshawn Davis looked fantastic, but honestly, I hope he doesn't get a belt. If he does, it means there will be a unified champion lightweight because he and Shakur won't fight. True. That's an interesting point. He and Shakur won't fight. What is Shakur? This is Shakur's third fight at 135. He just turned 27. At the weigh-in, Shakur did look like he put on more muscle. I like what I see. I'm just trying to think, does Shakur just stay at 35 the rest of his career, or would Shakur move up to 40? Conceição saying Oshaki Foster doesn't have good defense. This is going to be a fun fight. That Abraham Nova fight was a good fight. Oh shit, he did fight Navarrete. Yeah, that was a draw. He's coming off a knockout against Ortiz. He has a good resume. Conceição's resume is solid. Navarrete, Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, Correa. He's fought Arce. How old is he? 35. Once again. Yeah, now or never. Oshaki's up there too, right? How old is Oshaki? 30. 35 and 30. Okay. I don't know the bag Saudis. Keyshawn, I don't know the bag the Saudis throwing around. They may say, fuck. The Saudi, man, I still don't know where I stand with Turki Al-Sheikh. His name is fun to say, and I love the fights he's been putting on. Like I said, I just feel like we're going to wake up one day and he's going to take the rug from under our feet. Or like back in the day watching like Looney Tunes, they rip the you're eating and they rip the tablecloth from under you. It's like I'm waiting for that moment with Turki Al-Sheikh. He doesn't fully have my trust yet. That's those are my issues. I don't know. Do you think we will ever see Tank versus Keyshawn? Tank versus Keyshawn. Good point, Savage 187. Rosaline, we need Sugar versus Tank first. I agree. Tank, let me think about this. Do we see Tank versus Keyshawn? And we need to see Shakur versus Tank first. Yeah, I want to see Shakur versus Tank. What does Tank versus Keyshawn look like? I don't know, guys. Like the thing about it's tough to think when we see a fighter like, for me at least, when we think about a fighter like Tank Davis and you think about his resume and say what you want about who he's fought, when has he fought them? All we know is what he's looked like when we've seen him fight. We can't change what we see, and what we always see is a Tank who knocks people out. He knocks people into different dimensions, right? That's all we see from Tank. So when you think about him being 5'5", 5'6", and Keyshawn's 5'8", Shakur's 5'8", with Keyshawn with Tank's style, he uses his height differential to his advantage because he kind of does a sort of like Mike Tyson-esque sort of thing to get under you and then rip that backhand over you. And so it's tough for me to see how Tank would does he get outboxed to Shakur? Because a lot of people who know more than I know say that Shakur would outbox Tank. Okay, I can see I can see that happening. I just don't know if Keyshawn's ready for Tank yet. In terms of, I love what I saw tonight. I think they're managing Keyshawn's career pretty good. I mean, the Pedraza fight was a good fight for his 9th fight. This was his 10th or his 11th fight against Midueño, and it's only big fights from here. So these are great conversations to be had. I wouldn't want to be the one predicting who wins those fights. Now, it looks like Tank is fighting Lomachenko next. I think we're going to learn a lot about Tank's boxing acumen in that fight. His detractors say that he's only taken matchups that suit his best strengths, but I don't know if anybody's strengths match perfectly with a guy like Lomachenko. His movement, where he puts himself in positions to either hit or not get hit. I like that fight. I talked about it last week on my channel. I'd rather see that fight now than when Tank was 22 or 23. I think Tank turns 30 this year, and I'd rather see a 30-year-old Tank than a 23-year-old Tank fight a guy like Lomachenko. I think a lot of these questions, a lot of them will be answered. So there's a lot of good fights to make. I mean, look at that 154-pound division right now. That fucking division is crazy. It's crazy to think that the week after we got August 3rd, the week after in Vegas, Virgil is fighting Serhii Bohacek. And, dude, Bohacek could fight. That's a fucking fight. It's crazy to think that 154-pound division, we weren't really talking too much about it last year. Who would have thought the Bud Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight would have such a big shift in the 154-pound division a year later, which is wild, which is great for boxing. We need Shakur. No, I agree. I'm not a fan of Turkey, but they've given us good fights. True. Well, Tank gets behind in every fight. Yep, he can't do that with Shakur and hope for the knockout. True. I think Loma still beats Tank right now. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. That's a great matchup. Yeah, Loma Tank is a fun fight to think about. Like when it's good to talk about these matchups with people who are non one sided. You know what I mean? Like it's because if you think about Tank versus Loma, you could look at you'd have to look at that fight from two objectives. You'd have to look at Tank when he's the best version of himself possible, what that looks like. We know that's a marauder. That's a guy who's patient at times as well. But it's also a guy when he sees the little bit of vulnerability in you, he pushes the pace and then he's going to knock you out. Are we going to see that against Loma? Just to see Loma in that much trouble is such an interesting narrative. And then when you think about Loma versus Tank, do you think about the Loma who fought like Sosa when he first came on, or when he was making people quit? Andrew Walters. The other. My mind's running blank now. When Loma had that streak of 4 fights in a row where people were retiring on the stool, is it that guy, or is it the guy who's going to sit there and try to trade with Tank? Will he do that? That's a exciting thing to think about. And the pride that the Ukrainians come in with. They're all about pride. It's why they take so many of those years and fight for their country. It's why Lomachenko went to so many Olympics before turning pro. Same thing with Usyk. And so that's a narrative that has to be spoken about. Would Tank have to fight Loma's ego? I don't think at this stage in Loma's career he's going to be moving that much around Tank. I think he probably would think he's a better boxer to stay in the pocket and outpoint him. But could Loma take his power? We haven't seen any. I thought Frank. The one thing I thought Frank was going to be able to take Tank's shots better. But I wasn't expecting Frank to be so vulnerable for Tank's feints. So it was when I saw that in the second round, that's when I was like, oh, shit. Because, when you throw in the element of biting on feints that hard in boxing, that means that you're going to be put in a position, you're going to be out of position somewhere in the fight to get hit with a shot that you don't see coming. And it's usually those shots that you don't see coming that knock you out. And that was, what got Frank. And so I don't know if that happens against Loma. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we have to think, that I've been thinking about, because I think they're going to announce that fight soon. Okay, O'Shaquie Foster's about to walk. He's 22-2, 12 knockouts. He is the champion. He's 3-0 in world title fights with 1 knockout. These are my type of statistics. I like Tank. Just think Loma is the better boxer. Tank loses rounds. I don't think Loma beats Tank now. Tank is nasty, 100%. It's tough to bet against Tank. You know what I mean? When Loma goes through the years, he is very offensive. That's dangerous fighting Tank. If Tank can't catch him, I don't see the plan to win. Interesting. The Loma-Tank fight will be a footwork masterclass. Looking forward to seeing it. I know whose side you're on. Loma has tough fights against bigger guys, but smokes the same size guys, so I can see Loma winning. Second fight up. He looks confident, man. Foster's always confident. That's one thing that one of my favorite endearing things about boxing is the confidence of the athlete. That could be that's infectious to the fans. It's something that they don't write about it, but that's part of the romanticism of who we cheer for, is how our favorite fighters carry themselves, their nonverbal communication, whether they're winning or they're losing, and that's something that Foster is full of. In a good way. All right, they're announcing. Both guys are in the ring. Conceição, the Brazilian, versus Foster. Conceição, like we said, has 2 losses. Foster has 2 losses. Conceição's lost to Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, and he had a draw with Navarrete. Here we go. Gotta love a fight. I love fight night, even though it's Sunday afternoon fight night. Shakur's credibility is at stake. I don't understand France. Yep. The first few rounds, I thought Frank knew something we didn't know. I was wow, 4-time world challenger, Conceição, 0-2-1 in world title fights. So this is a narrative of, this is where we talk about trajectory of careers and and fighter legacies. It's a stat is telling us that you have one guy who's 3-0 in world title fights. You have another guy who's 0-2-1 in world title fights. And when you're this, he's a gold medal Olympian in 2016 Rio. And when you think about fighters as talented as Conceição and Foster, the differential between being a world champion and not is usually paper thin. You know what I mean? And that's kind of that's the pill that's hard to swallow about the sport from a fighter's perspective. Is like you devote your whole life to this, your craft, you sacrifice so much, you make it to the highest level, and then realizing that sometimes these guys they miss being a world champion by just the slightest of margins. They should have zigged when they should have zagged, sort of thing. But some guys thrive on that, and that's the other side of the token. Then you have guys who are like, they're not at their best until everything's on the line. I think, yeah, Foster's a Texan. He has his whole family there. The Shock, good little crowd. He has a cult following. I like he gets good fan support online. My buddy from Philly loves this guy. Keith Matthew Gerber, what's up, buddy? He always tells me to watch Shocky Foster fights. His credibility is not at stake. It's only whether fans are going to switch loyalties again. Yeah, Robson's a hell of a fighter. I agree. Yeah, this whole credibility thing with Shakur I blame it on the fucking media, man. I mean, people who create false narratives. Oh, God, here we go. World title fight. Now or never with Conceição for sure. Yeah, that's a great point with Ender. Round 1 of 12. Let's see what Vegas has this pretty close in terms of odds. I think 3-1. Damn, we got Williams Zepeda fights in about 8 minutes against Cabrera. I'll watch that fight later. I like watching Zepeda fights. What, he's 30-0, 28 knockouts, something like that. Danny Jacobs fights Sugar Shane's son. The Miracle Man, Danny Jacobs, man, he's always fun to watch. And then we got Shakur. Yeah, Shocky's a 3-1 favorite in this fight against Conceição. They're talking about he's a traditional slow starter, a minute gone in the first round. His movement looks good, working the jab, trying to establish that. Robson Conceição is very active with his guard, trying to parry. A lot of activity from this weight class. Junior lightweight. These are 130s. Robson seems to fade in seconds, though. Yeah, and that's the narrative. It's like one starts heavy and one starts slower. And it's like, where is that sort of tipping point going to meet, right? Because Foster usually pours it on mid to late rounds, and Conceição starts usually like sprinting. Beautiful, beautiful body rip by Conceição. Ooh, nice jab by Foster. A minute left in the first. Foster with the jab, stepping right hand. Conceição rolls with it, pressures back. Still a battle of who's trying to control the center. Conceição's not really having much luck with his jab. Foster tries to return the favor. Nice jab feint. They're still trying to figure each other's distance out. Conceição misses a jab to the body. Foster misses up top. 30 seconds left in the first. Big left hand from Foster. Nice jab to the body from Foster. Gives him a bit of a look. Foster looks like he's opening up a bit with about 30 seconds left in the first round. You could definitely fight Conceição's ego. He's definitely one of those fighters where you could lure him into a brawl. 15 seconds left in the first round. Foster makes Conceição miss, circles to his left, takes the center of the ring back. 10 seconds left. Foster lands a jab. Conceição lands a jab to the body of his own. 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1 in the books. Feeling out process. That's boxing. We know what to expect. I was actually impressed that Foster actually threw a big hook with a minute left. Kind of like, hey, this is what I got for you. Robson seems to fade in the second half, though. No, you're right. We're hearing Foster's corner. They're telling him to stay with the feints. They think that they could get Conceição biting on something, and so maybe that's why. If you guys are watching the fight, maybe that's why Foster threw that left hook with about 30 seconds left. He threw a big wild left hook that one of those waist punches wasn't supposed to land, and it was almost like he was computing in his head what he wanted to do in future exchanges, and the hook just came out. Because if they're giving them, Foster the advice to continue working those feints, they think they're going to get Conceição biting on something. Yeah, they actually brought that left hook up. So the analysts saw what I saw. They just played a slow motion replay of that left hook. It was an interesting point of the round because up until that moment, Foster was very sort of like, disciplined and controlled with everything, and it was just kind of an out of the ordinary punch for him this early in the fight. So yeah, I wasn't the only one who noticed that. You see Tank's team put up that video of him slipping Loma left and landing a big body shot. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, look, Tank, but we know it. Tank, every fight, Tank wants to land that body rip. Remember the first face off him and Frank? He did it. He dropped down, went like that. I think as a boxer, this is what people don't. I don't think a lot of people understand is that now, like at this stage of the game for me, I spar probably 20 rounds a week, but I talked about it last time. I'm sparring guys. We're not trying to knock each other out. We're pretty much point fighting when I'm sparring. We're 42. We're not wearing headgear, but we're wearing mouthpieces, and we're not trying to kill each other. If I have a clean shot on someone, I'm not going to sit down on a hook, okay? But I am going to do that with the body rips. So like I'm trying. My point is, I think a lot of people would be shocked with how many boxers out there would rather knock a guy out with a body rip than a headshot. Like that was always as a little kid, man. I always want to knock someone out with a liver shot. Get them up top here and then sit down right under their fucking pec, right side. But that's Tank. Tank loves ripping to the body, man. He's a great body puncher. I love good body punchers, man, because that shows you your belief in your skill set. Because it's risky going down low. It's risky going downstairs. All it takes is getting timed once from your opponent to get caught. So you have to have high belief in your reflexes. Okay, a good exchange from both. 30 seconds left in the second. Conceição is trying to establish his jab to the body. Foster's trying to establish his jab up top. From what I'm seeing, this kind of looks like a Conceição round. I was talking shit the first half. I'm glad I'm not a judge. Okay, Conceição's finally starting to throw his right hand. 10 seconds left in the second. His right hand looks a bit, I don't want to say sloppy. It looks a bit unorthodox. Conceição's punches sometimes look a bit like he just threw a hook. He sometimes looks a bit, I'll say, unorthodox. Is he frustrated in there? Good slip. Oh, he throws an elbow. That's an illegal shot. They're showing a replay of Conceição slipping a Foster jab, and rather throwing the straight right here, he turns it over and catches him with an elbow. They're showing Shakur in the locker room looking as cool as the other side of the pillow. Artem Harutyunyan. The first. All right, look. 2 rounds gone in the co-main. This is the first time that we see the locker room of Harutyunyan. I forgot who Shakur was fighting. I feel like that's a bluff. You see Tingsy. I feel like that's a bluff, and they put that out, wanting them to believe that that shot was really not. Okay. Look, head games. Those liver shots are nasty. They hurt like hell. Yeah, 100%. They do hurt like hell. You could toughen through a headshot. It's really tough to hide a liver shot. I don't like Conceição's right hand. That's what they're talking about. Conceição throws his right hand rather here. He's throwing it. He like does that. It's a weird, and the analysts are saying that that's from him staying in the amateurs too long. I mean, I'd like him to explain that. Maybe because you just got to tap for points. But I mean, that still doesn't address the technical sort of like flaw in that right hand of his. Foster looks like he's already making Conceição frustrated here. Conceição is throwing looping shots, not really landing, not really setting anything up either. He's stepping in with big hooks. I really don't see Conceição's game plan a minute gone in the third round. Conceição misses. Foster angles off. Conceição falls to the ground and hits the ropes. Not a lot of action right now, guys. Step in jab from Foster. That was nice. I just don't see what Conceição is going to do to beat Foster. Only 2.5 rounds gone, and I don't really like what I see from Conceição. A minute left in the third. $25 seconds in the third. Foster's really not throwing a lot. I know that's his kind of game plan. He has good feet. He has good defense. He likes moving around. But this has been, I mean, maybe we got spoiled last fight. That Keyshawn Davis fight was exciting. This one's a bit of a slow start to it. 4, 3, 2. Nice right hand from Foster. Probably his best punch of the round. 3 in the books. Kriegel's interviewing Artem right now. Artem's been all business this fight week. Artem Harutyunyan said he smelled fear on Shakur Stevenson. So we'll see. Harutyunyan is a medalist. I mean, I did my best over the last fight week to educate the fans on both Artem and Shakur. And I learned a lot about Harutyunyan as well. Armenian-born, German-raised. He won a medal at the Olympic Games. And so, like, another one of these guys with not a big pro record. His only loss was to Frank Martin. He took the Frank Martin fight on short notice. He's confident. He thinks, he said his camp sees flaws in Shakur's entire game. But when you look at Shakur in the locker room, he looks as cool. He always looks cool as a cucumber, though. You never really see Shakur flustered. Let's hope we see a healthy Shakur, a healthy Artem. I want to see a dog fight. Sorry. I watched the Yoshino fight last night with Shakur. I watched the Jamel Herring fight when he won the world title at 130 with Shakur. And I rewatched the Edwin De Los Santos fight. Man, De Los Santos, that was Shakur's second fight at 35. De Los Santos is a huge 135er. Why would we say that Shakur was lying when he said he had injuries? You know, when fighters say they have injuries, if you guys have ever been friends with a fighter or known a fighter, or if you are a fighter, these are the toughest people on earth. So whenever a fighter says they're injured going into a fight, I believe them. And it's wild when I rewatch the fight and then you put into your memory bank that Shakur's fighting with one hand and De Los Santos breaks a 100-year-old boxing record for fewest punches landed in a 12-round fight at 41. You put all that together, it's like, that's a good fight from Shakur. He just beat a fucking number 4 dude. Edwin De Los Santos is a tough fight for anybody. He's not a fucking pushover. 1 minute left in the fourth. That's proof of his hand. Yeah. All right, let's go, Foster. We need some more output. Oh, big punch by Conceição. Foster caught it. 30 seconds left in the fourth. I don't want to jinx it, but things are starting to look like they're heating up slightly. If you put a mirror on the couch where the white cushion is, it would be good. But if I do that, I'll lose my monetization. You know, YouTube, I went through some shit with YouTube. They took my monetization away for like 6 months over a new AI law. It was so fucked up. So the interviewer sat down with Shakur before the fight during fight week, and they said they seen it swell up in purple during camp. Interesting. See, nobody talks about these things. Nobody. And why would we not believe them? You know what I'm saying? But to put a point on Stewart, I lost my monetization because from last September to October, November, December, all my videos were me just narrating them. I wasn't using my camera. I would just narrate it like this, and then I would put imagery behind it that I paid for. But YouTube changed these laws last August and September to protect the likeness of brands or whatever. And so they were demonetizing boxing channels that weren't showing the narrator's face. And so I have PTSD from losing monetization. So I'm not gonna put the reflection on the screen, man. I'm sorry. I would if I didn't, if I wasn't sort of like trying to grow my shit. The interviewers. All right, 39-37. Mark Kriegel has Foster up. He gave Foster the first 3 rounds, gave Conceição the fourth. We're in the 5th round. So far, this fight isn't anything memorable, and I'm not saying that disrespectful. It is starting to heat up. Foster's at his best when he's staying there and he's countering. His reflexes are amazing. It's one thing, these 130-pound fighters, a lot of the lighter weight fighters, these are junior lightweights. The reflexes are something to behold. Being able to just boop, boop, counter, like unbelievable. Conceição, the only way he wins this fight is by a dog fight. I can't believe Conceição's made it this far with his right hand. He throws his right hand so unorthodox. He doesn't even turn it over. It's like, here. It's not there. It's there. He pushes it. It's bizarre. I watched it. You showed us the TV screen. Yeah, I watched that you showed that TV screen. Man, that was a while ago. I didn't know the rules back then, mate. I had a Facebook group. So my original Facebook group was over 120,000 people, I was straight up live streaming it. Like, I would put it, like, I would put it right there. And they removed that group. But I built another group up too. It's almost the same amount. They don't tell you these things. I didn't get a rule book on what you could do and what you can't do. Obviously, I should know that you can't just bougie jack people's streams and just show it for free. All right, we got a minute left in the fifth. Oh, good exchange on both. Foster's vision is high level. He always never takes his eye off his opponent. Right hand. We got Boots Ennis next weekend. What do you guys think of that? David Avenetian. People didn't like my live I did talking about that it's not going to be that easy of a fight. I think Ava is going to be a much tougher fight than Crowley's going to be. It is a homecoming for Boots, and we know how special Boots is. But I'm going to wait until tomorrow or the next day to do a further breakdown on Avenetian, explain who he is. When Ava is on, man, Ava's had some great moments in the ring. He's a good boxer. I like watching Avenetian fights. Ten seconds left in the fifth. Fight's halfway over. Let's see that Zepeda fight. What's happening there? William Zepeda versus Cabrera starts in 4 minutes. They got the Shakur fight starting in 45 minutes. Danny Jacobs fights in an hour. We get to see Ava versus Boots and kind of compare. Yeah, kind of. I just think I think that when we think about the stylistic differences in how Bud plays defense versus Boots, Bud is much more tighter with his defense than Boots is. Boots, I mean, we haven't seen him get hit a lot, but he does have. He put it this way: Boots keeps his hands down way more than Bud Crawford keeps his hands down. And the only thing we could compare that to is watch the David Avenetian versus Josh Kelly fight. And if you know anything about Josh Kelly, I brought him up on the channel before. British UK fighter, Olympian, fun style to watch. You can find some really cool YouTube highlights of Josh Kelly fighting low-level competition, looking like a superhero. You know, his hands are down, he's angling, and he's doing all of that. And he tried pulling that shit off against Avenetian, and Avenetian buzzsawed him. It was Josh Kelly's only loss. And Avenetian came into the UK and just pressured him, bullied him. Every time Kelly would take an angle and had his hands down, Avenetian would cut it and then made him pay for it. And what ended up drowning Kelly was Avenetian's pressure. So Avenetian came to that fight super in shape with a chip on his shoulder. Like this was probably 4 years ago now, and Ava is in his mid-30s now. But who knows? I mean, I don't know which version we're going to see. I mean, will he be able to turn the clock back? If he could bring that same pressure he brought against Josh Kelly and bring that against Boots, I think it's going to be a test for Boots, and I want to see that. I want to see Boots get tested with a guy who isn't just going to let him do what he wants to do. Boots is going to be the bigger guy. I mean, shit, at 147, Boots is a beast in terms of just his physicality, how he fills out on fight night. He fights long. He's unorthodox. He's a joy to watch. And I'm not saying Ava's going to beat Boots. All I'm saying is it's going to be more competitive than the Crowley fight. Artem Harutyunyan's in his locker room crip walking now. He's having fun in there. He has no rhythm, though. That's not really a good dance if you're watching that. Obviously, doesn't matter. Ryan Garcia versus Hassan Campbell, no Vaseline. Hassan Campbell, no Vaseline rematch. Eddie Zayas, related to Xander. Xander's a guy we don't talk about a lot, but I featured him on my channel before. Xander Zayas is a prospect to watch, young Puerto Rican fighter. Just came off another victory. They're putting a lot of promotion behind him. Another 154 pounder. That division's a fun division because there's new blood in the division, and there's young blood in that division, and there's old blood in that division. And whenever you get young and new blood combined, always some exciting matchups. Oh, Conceição rips off a 10-punch combo. Shoe shined him the whole 10 seconds left in the sixth. I'm sorry there's not enough. I wish I could tell you more exciting stuff about this fight, but I'm having more fun talking to you guys. I switched Ryan Garcia versus Hassan Camel. Know that. I switched to Ryan's brother, Ryan versus Vargas. Yeah, who's winning that fight? Xander is a beast. I love Xander's eyes until Shakur comes on. Good. Yo, Savage, keep me posted on the Sean Garcia fight even versus Amato. Even though once Sean Garcia came in overweight, Boots' last couple of fights hasn't looked as good as he should. Yeah, I thought he took too many Roman Villa fight. He ended the Villa fight in spectacular fashion, which that's what we remember. But you're right. And I did a video on Boots' strength of schedule. I mean, people act like that stat doesn't matter, but I think it does. When you add up all of Boots' opponents, this will be he's 31-0, 28 knockouts. He has that one no contest due to a cut, and then this would be technically his 33rd fight. And in all these 33 fights, he's only fought one world champion, and that was the Russian Sergey Lipnitz. So when you look at, he's fought, he's 27 years old, 31-0, 28 knockouts. He gets the belt because Crawford vacated and went up, and didn't win the belt in a title fight. Fought one world champion in a non-world title fight, Lipnitz. And you look at his strength of schedule in terms of his opponent's career win-loss records, and of all the guys that people are putting up there with Crawford and saying that he's the guy, he has the weakest resume. I mean, there's nothing to argue. That's not saying he's the weakest fighter. It's just that even this fight against Venetian, even if he does look spectacular, he's supposed to look spectacular against Ava. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, he has the goods. There's no doubt about it. He has the goods, and I don't think he's overrated either. That's not what I'm saying either. But boxing is a sport of litmus tests. It's important to get those fights in at the specific time of your career to see how deep the water is. And I don't know if Boots has had many of those. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. All right, 2 minutes left in the seventh. They are traded. Oh, Savage, you're watching the Garcia fight, though. Right now, they're trading. Vargas getting the better of it, going to round 4, only seen round 3. Vargas getting the better of it. Yeah, that pedigree. Is the Sean Garcia Vargas fight a 6-round fight, or are they doing how many rounds is that fight? Because I couldn't even bet on it in sports bet. In my opinion, Vargas is winning. He's faster. 8. Okay, that's what's up. Who's announcing the fights for those fights? Because that's the Danny Jacobs fight card is on. That's the Nate Diaz versus Masvidal. Did you guys see the weigh-ins? Masvidal came in with a beer belly. Oh, God. I liked Jorge in MMA, man. I don't like how – but I don't care what you say. I don't like how our sport gets prostituted out. Sugar Sean. Sean O'Malley is announcing. So Sean O'Malley is announcing boxing. Interesting. I'll leave it at that. It hurt me when he knocked out Aljamain, man. I got to admit, Aljamain's my guy. I did not think O'Malley was going to start Sterling like that, dude. And then when he beat Cheeto the second time, I always bet against O'Malley. He's not a guy I like cheering for, man. I was a Cheeto Vera fan. I loved how Cheeto beat him in the first fight, but then how Cheeto lost. Cheeto didn't look himself. You're starting to see all those fights that Cheeto has under his belt. He's road tested, but he has a lot of miles on him. And against O'Malley, you got to see that he didn't look himself against O'Malley. And Aljamain getting blurred into that counter, coming at him all aggressive, kind of a la Josie Aldo versus Connor. Aldo drops his guard, rushes in, and gets fucking countered. I mean, O'Malley's a sniper, dude. you're that long in that division, you got to fight that kid smart. Johnson, yes, Vargas dropped him. Body shots are adding up. Yeah. I mean, what channel? How are you watching that fight? Is it on? Are you streaming it? Because I didn't even get the option to watch that card here in Australia. Is Jack still on the stream? Jack, if you're on the stream, are we able to watch the Masvidal Diaz fight in Australia? Anyone know? Am I the only Aussie in the stream? Harutyunyan sitting down. Body shots are adding up. Round 8, guys. I don't know, bro. I like UFC, but not into that. No, Jack. Masvidal Diaz is a boxing match with Shane Mosley Jr. and Danny Jacobs on it. So it's one of these like retired UFC athletes who now have a boxing promotion to kind of do influencer boxing matches. So yeah, they're actually boxing. Are you watching the boxing bout? Where? No, I'm streaming the Shakur Stevenson card. I know Savage 187's watching the Vargas Garcia. I don't know. I have Fire Stick, so I have pay-per-view channel with all. Oh my man, that's how you do it, ain't it? Jack P. Oh, okay, could be Fight or whatever that platform was called. Okay, Jizz Glock, a small channel growing. That's what's up, man. We are small. Appreciate you, Glock. Round 8 with 2 minutes left. It's always this fight before. It's always like on the cards. It's always that fight before the main event. They're starting to heat up. They're starting to trade. Foster's throwing bombs. Conceição's missing. I'm trying to hype it up. How familiar the fight is that? Yeah, Jack, I remember we had Fight, F-I-T-E, but I think it got bought out. I think somebody bought it out. Let's see. Fight app. I think Triller. F-I-T-E got bought out by Triller. Which card are you watching? Yeah, I'm watching Foster Conceição. It's round 8 with a minute left. It's been a bit pedestrian thus far. Foster's up. I have Foster up 5-2, but I've been talking a lot of shit. I'll give you the official, non-official in a second. There's a minute left in the 8th. Conceição's look really he throws. We know his style. The Brazilian throws a lot of looping shots. He's just not landing. He wants Foster to stay put and trade, kind of like what Navarrete did. Because Conceição's at his best when he fights a guy like Navarrete, and Navarrete isn't going to move. Navarrete, those big old fists are just going to stand there, and Foster's not giving him that fight. But Shaki Foster's too smart for that. He has too good of feet for that, and Conceição's not looking his best. He's throwing a lot, and he's missing a lot. But then again, Foster, he's not countering as much as he should. 20 seconds left in the 8th round. I'm quite not doing things but listening. Vargas is bullying Sean Garcia. Yeah. I took the motto Vargas winning that fight myself. I mean, I didn't gamble. I didn't bet on it because it wasn't an option. But on paper, in terms of pedigree, when in doubt, my betting brain on combat sports always goes to pedigree. I'll go, face value, who are the fighters? And then once they're, you go resume, who are the fighters? And you go resume, who have they fought? And then my third one is pedigree. What camp do they come from? Do they have, what gym are they fighting at, sort of thing. And, I mean, Amado Vargas versus Sean Garcia, I'm going to take the Vargas family in that fight. That's just me. Vargas is bullying Sean Garcia. I mean, he comes in 3 pounds. It's not hard to make 135. Sean Garcia is what, 5'6"? You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to make 135. That's a lifestyle issue. Shakur is looking chill. Dude. If you watch that weigh-in show, Stevenson, man, he's looking like he's filling out into his man body. Because even in his face, he's always looked like a little boy. And I think that's part. sometimes people hate on that. He's always looked like a little nice kid, you know? He's starting to kind of look like a man now. He just turned 27 last week. All right, Foster's up. Mark Kriegel has Foster up going into the 9th round, 7 rounds to 1. He only gave Conceição 1 round. There's a headbutt. 30 seconds gone in the 9th. There was a headbutt. Foster's bleeding over his right eye from a head clash, and so is Conceição. They're both cut over the right eye. Foster's right eye. No, Conceição's right eye. Yeah, both eyes. Foster's feet are just too good. Oh, he's starting to throw more punches. Nice shot by Foster. Conceição returns the left hook. 1 minute gone in the 9th round. Big shot by Foster. Puts him in a headlock. The ref breaks it up. Oshaki's having fun in there, smiling. Conceição's looked frustrated since the opening bell, guys. Vargas Bullion, you think Shakur winning or running tonight? I think Shakur's knocking him out, guys. I think Shakur's knocking him out. About to be over next rep, I think. So I hear Sean O'Malley. Sounds like Sean Porter also. Kriegel only gave Conceição 1 round. Yeah, that's what I was going to – good dual 1982. I'm glad you brought that up. I thought, yeah, Kriegel gave him 1 round. I thought Conceição, for how much shit I've been talking, I thought Conceição had 3 rounds. So we got 90 seconds left in the 9th. I had Foster 5-3. Kriegel had Foster 7-1, which is, I mean, because I didn't see Foster winning, definitely not winning 7-1. So 5-3 seemed more right. What did you have it, Duel? Vargas, TKO Garcia. Jizzer Glock. Vargas just knocked out Garcia and the family's crying. Dude, karma. Dude, Amato, I don't see why Sean Garcia was that confident going into that Amato Vargas fight. Amato, in terms of like, he's been fighting his whole life. He was acting like he knew something we didn't know. You guys, thank you for informing us, man. Duel, Savage 187, Glock. I appreciate you keeping us up to date on that. And if you guys are going to keep that, because there's still 3 rounds left in this fight, I'd like to watch that Danny Jacobs fight, man. The Miracle Man. The Garcia family can't be disciplined. Him or Ryan too busy partying. True story. Cameron Goodson, are you showing the fight on here? No, we're just live streaming it. I can't show it on here, man. Can't have them jack my channel, baby. Shakur Artem for sure. No, we're live. This is round 10 of the Oshaki Foster versus Robson Conceição fight, and Shakur versus Artem is next. But I'm just live streaming it, guys. I'm not. If you guys have it at home, you could lock up and link up with me, but you're not going to see it. So maybe go somewhere else. I just don't. YouTube will take my shit. Cheers. If you guys like red wine, man, the Argentinians are onto something. In Argentina, they make a red grape called a Malbec. It's a blend, and it's spicy. Go to your local. Like I said, I'm an old man. I drink red wine. Give me a second. Shakur by knockout round 8. Good call. So I'm an odds guy. So if you take the odds were so one-sided on this fight, Shakur versus Artem, to where if you were to just take winner versus loser, it was a 14-1 fight. Somebody's mouthpiece just got knocked out. Round 10, 30 seconds gone. So if you were to take just Shakur to win, he's a 14-1 favorite. You get nothing back. On $100, 14-1, you get $4 back, okay? $100 with Artem, easy math, you get $1,400 back. But if you take Shakur to win by knockout in the 5th, It's 15-1 for Shakur. So that's the bet I took. Just for odds, just to have a little fun with it, I took Shakur to win by knockout in the 5th round. 15-1. All right, let's see what Shakur. Let's see what the odds down here in Australia for Shakur by the 8th round. Okay, Shakur Stevenson, round betting. Shakur to win by knockout. 11-1. That's still a good bet. If you take Shakur to win the fight in the round 8, $10 gets you $110. That's not a bad bet. So you think 6th round he got a ticket. So Savage, you think Shakur it's higher favor for him to win in the 8th, not the 5th? Shakur 6th round. So okay. So Shakur 6, 13-1. Here are the odds. Shakur to knock Artem out in the 1st round, 71-1. Shakur to knock him out in the 2nd, 46-1. 3rd, 34-1. 4th, 23-1. And then 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, it goes from 15-1 to 13-1. For Artem to knock Shakur out, 100-1. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if we go to bed tonight and Artem Harutyunyan knocks out Shakur Stevenson? $100 gives you 10,000. Yeah, $100 gives you 10,000 on that bet, which is crazy. Shakur by 8, Eddie Zayas 6, Zepeda knocked out Cabrera. Really? Zepeda won in the 3rd by knockout? I wanted to watch that fight. Cabrera's tough too, man. That's a fun fight. Zepeda, what is he now? 31-0 with 29 knockouts? Nobody wants to fight William Zepeda. William Zepeda's a dog. Brick City in the house, New Jersey. That's what's up. Hello from Honduras. Hello, Miller. We're from Sydney, Australia. Zepeda is a beast. Zayas, but dude, no one's calling Zepeda out. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 10 in the books. 2 more rounds. Damn, I'm going to watch that fight. Zepeda knocking him out in the 3rd round. What do you guys think of Shakur versus Loma? Because they're interviewing Shakur right now, and they're asking about Devin Haney. Says Devin Haney, good fighter. They asked him about Tank, special talent. They asked Shakur about Loma. Shakur said one of the best to ever do it. From Shakur Stevenson's mouth, he just said Lomachenko is one of the best to ever do it. Zepeda Shakur would go great. Yes. Told you I'm going to support this channel. Glock, I appreciate you. Can say so. Zepeda Shakur would go great, man. Zepeda, there's so many matchups to make. William Zepeda is like an X factor in that division. He kind of gets forgotten about because no one's really calling him out. Conceição's 130 version of Derevyanchenko. Sucks, but he probably isn't getting the nod here. Tank for Shakur is all we want to see. Tank for Shakur is a fight. So you're saying dual 82. You're saying Conceição is a 130 version of Derevyanchenko. Sucks, but he probably isn't getting the nod here. Dude, people sleep on that Derevyanchenko versus Munguia fight. I like that, dude. Watch the Derevyanchenko versus Jaime Munguia fight, man. That was a fun-ass fight. Okay, so punches landed through 10 rounds, 91-58. Which I mean, Conceição's only at 58 total punches landed. That's in the territory of Edwin De Los Santos versus Shakur, with De Los Santos is 41 punches. Granted, we still got a round and a half. And Foster is kind of similar to Shakur in terms of being defensive sound, defensive minded. He's not going to give you the fight that he wants. Conceição, like I said, wants to fight another puncher. Wants to fight a guy like Navarrete. He's fought Navarrete, and they fought to a draw. Conceição, his game plan, he needs to be able to go to plan B, plan C, plan D. But this is why he's 0-3 in world title fights. Because if you're at this level and you don't have a plan B, C, or D, and you're just a puncher, and you're fighting a guy like Foster who isn't going to be there for you to get hit, for you to hit him, and he's going to counter you, You're never going to beat the best guys because at this level, especially at these weight classes, the best guys are going to be movers. They're going to have feet on them. And so that's another element of boxing that you got to think about in terms of like before you jump on bandwagons and say people are runners or he's a bum because he ran. It's like, you guys, that's not the sport. What are you talking about? He won a title. The sport is boxing. The sport isn't called knockouts. The sport is I'm a world champion. What are you going to do to take my belt? That's the sport. And with 40 seconds left in this fight, I'd probably give Conceição 3 rounds. He definitely needs a knockout. I don't think Klimas will allow Loma to fight Shakur. Tank is a big payday, and if that route doesn't work, they'll do all Ukraine unification. Baranchik. You think they'll unify in Ukraine? You think Baranchik would fight? You think Baranchik would fight Loma? Munguia got hands, definitely. I like watching Jaime Munguia. Man, are you showing the fight? Are you going to talk? I'm talking the whole time. Cameron, peace. Cameron Goodson. Vamos, baby. Get out. I'm talking the whole goddamn time. I ain't showing the fight to get my channel jacked for Cameron Goodson. Wild out, Cameron. You ain't cool anyway. Some masterful defense from Foster. Yeah. We got a goofy. We do got a goofy. Tell Cameron to wild out. Give me a wrench. Get this kid out of here. In my head, wild out. You gonna show the fight? Yes, Cameron. I'm gonna show it just for you, Cameron. Cameron Goodson. Stay up though, man. We got love for you. 1 round left. That headbutt cut. They both have a headbutt cut over the right eye. That's about the most exciting part of the fight. When is that duel? Or who's watching the other card? Savage. That's what's up. When does Danny Jacobs fights in 10 minutes? Damn, I like watching Danny fight. I'll watch that later. Shane Mosley. Danny Jacobs is the underdog in that fight. He hasn't fought in a few years. Man, when Danny Jacobs, the Miracle Man, was in his prime, man, he was fun to watch in between fights. How do you see Foster Conceição? It's round 12, just starting. I got Foster up 8-3. 8-3 for sure. I wouldn't be. Kriegel only gave Conceição 1 round, but like I said, it's because Foster's a bad matchup for Conceição. Foster's a bad matchup for anybody at 30, just because his feet are so sound, and he's smart. You know, he's one of these guys that doesn't get hit a lot. I don't want to say doesn't want to get hit. I meant doesn't get hit a lot. He's not going to be there to get hit, and as soon as he sees you get frustrated, he's going to start countering you. A minute gone in the 12th round. Both guys are bleeding from their right eye due to a headbutt in the 9th round. Conceição is down on the cards. He needs a knockout. It's Foster's belt. This is the WBC junior lightweight world title. We know that Conceição has to go in there and get him out of there. Will he do it? I don't even know if Conceição has the power to do it. Both guys going into this fight have a 50 and 55% career knockout to win ratio, which doesn't jump off the page. So from the looks of it, with 90 seconds left, the belt's going to stay in Texas. Foster's going to keep that belt unless he does something and puts himself in danger with the last 90 seconds left. His back's against the ropes. Conceição sitting there throwing his unorthodox right hand. Nothing's really landing. Shoe shining Foster to the midsection. Foster smiles at him, pushes him off. Stuck on the ropes. Conceição's leaning on him. Not going to win a fight that way. Hit the like button on you, in and out. My man, can we please see anyway? Now we're talking, man. Turkey! Turkey, I was chic out here. I've been talking about Bam versus Inoue, but the facts of the matter of Bam versus Inoue that need to take place. Bam is at 115. Inoue is at 22. We know we got we got a minute left in the 12th round. Tanaka, correct me if I'm wrong, is the 118 champ. Inoue is the 122 champ. Can Bam make up that weight? I think if they fight, it won't be till like I initially said Bam probably could fight Inoue by 2025, but we'll see what happens. Is it pay to one? Yes, it's G. 25 seconds left. they're kind of exchanging. It seems like everybody in the arena is waiting for this Shakur Stevenson fight. 15 seconds left in the 12th. Look, unless it's a shocking outcome on the cards by the judges, Foster's keeping his belt. Conceição's game plan was clear from the jump. It's just it comes down to, does your game plan, is that back-ended by the skill set? Conceição's game plan was to get Shaki Foster in a slugfest, but in order to do that, you have to have the feet to do that. You have to have the offense to get Foster to stop, and Conceição wasn't able to do that. I'm guessing 9-3. We'll see here. Foster lands 109 out of 435. Conceição lands 76 out of 700. Foster lands 25% of his shots. Conceição lands 11%. That's crazy. Carmel Moten, love watching Carmel. Young Buck on the rise. Does Bam go up or does Inoue come down? I think that fight, has to. Does Inoue go to 22? I was thinking in my head, for that fight to ever happen, Bam would have to get somehow, or does Inoue leave 22 to go down, or does he stay there? Because everything I'm hearing is that Inoue, if anything, he's going to 26. But for that fight to happen, it has to happen at 22. So in my head, with the sundial sort of sand timer, it's like that puts Bam on the clock, considering Inoue's 31 years old, Bam's 24. It's like, how quick could Bam get to 22 and feel comfortable? I think that's going to be the question. I think if that fight happens, it has to happen at 22, because I don't see Bam jumping to 26, at least in the timeline of Inoue's career. Because traditionally and historically, by the way, Kriegel gave every round but one to Foster, 119 to 109. Because traditionally in the lighter divisions, we see guys retiring in early 30s. You know what I mean? Because they're reflex fighters. The speed and the reflexes are the first thing to go in those lighter weight classes. So for Bam to make sense, I think it has to happen at 122, and it has to happen in the next few years. I'd love to see that fight. I don't know what Bam walks around at. You know what I mean? I know that he went to 115, won the belt there, vacated, went back to 112, won the belt there, just fought again at 115, won the belt there. It seems like he's going to stay there. And so I don't know what he walks around at, how much weight he cuts. I have to talk to Robert Garcia, see if he could. And one of my boys is friends with him too. I should ask him. I don't know if he would share that with me. Does Bam go up? Carmel Moten is next. Hope I can watch it before Shakur fight. Yeah, I mean, knowing Carmel Moten, he's 18. His opponent's 36. His opponent took that fight on 4 days' notice. And knowing Carmel's style, dude, Carmel's going to get an early knockout. I'm guessing Moten gets a first or second round knockout. You can't even bet on that fight here. It's not even on. Yeah, you can't even bet on the Moten fight. Yeah, 4 days' notice. I got to keep you up to date, guys. If anything, that's what I could provide. I like, non-opinionated approach and being a nerd about the goings on. Here we go. What? What? What the fuck? Oh my God. That is crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the? Conceição lands 11% of his punches. They gave him a split decision and new over Foster. That, I never use the word robbery. You'll never hear me use the word robbery ever. That is freaking crazy. 116 to 114, 115 to 113. He lands 11% of his punches. Damn, Oshaki Foster is shocked. Holy shit. Robinson Conceição, Robson, is the new champion. Oh my God. Let's see what Kriegel says. He's no longer 0-3 in world title fights. What the hell? I just don't see what they saw. I don't see what they saw. That's all I'm going to say. Look, I didn't have a dog in the fight. It's not like I bet on Conceição or I bet on Foster. I don't have a dog in the fight. But I don't see what those judges saw. That is crazy. That is fucking crazy. Oh my God. All right, they officially announced Bo Chicken Ortiz. Oh, dude, he did not think he won that fight. Oh my God. I got to post in our group real quick. Yeah. So I got to post in our group. He didn't come to fight. What are you talking about? He was definitely boxing. Oh my God. I'm just shocked, guys. I turned it off. 11%. I'm just writing a blog real quick. I got to post in our groups. This is crazy. Even Mark Kriegel, he goes. Here's what Oshaki has to say. This is crazy. Damn, he's crying, man. Damn, dude, he's fucking crying. Kriegel had it 11-1. This is heartbreaking to watch, man. A grown man crying. Damn, dude. Dude, this is tough to watch only because he's crying. That is judges. Someone got paid real nice for the decision, dude. What the fuck? His corner's so pissed off. This is so messed up, dude. %, guys. He throws 700 punches and missed on 89% of 700. That's crazy. Oh, dude, these fighters pour their whole life and soul into this sport, man. They sacrifice so much for their fight camps. They sacrifice so much for their families. They bleed, they sweat, they leave themselves in the ring. And for a judge or group of judges to do that, to take the belt from you, people should go to prison, dude. Like this should be a criminal trial on, if I'm not allowed, put it this way, if I'm not allowed to go to court and my buddy or my friend is in court for something and I could go to jail if I lie to the judge, if I'm lying under oath, I could be charged with either contempt or a criminal offense. Judges in fights should be prosecuted as well, because that is wild. That guy, Oshaki Foster is now no longer a world champion. And you have a guy in Conceição who is now a world champion, and he's also a gold medal Olympian. And, how many – I know that list isn't that big. I mean, Andre Ward is the last American gold medalist to become a world champion in boxing. Brazil is not a known boxing country. It's obviously known for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, Muay Thai. So that guy now, I guarantee Conceição goes home to Brazil, and he's a legend now. He gets a parade, and that's awesome. But when you watch that fight, and to think that you give Robson Conceição even 4 rounds is wild. That is crazy. Nothing Will Aquino. Nothing surprises me anymore. What a great response. I think we need open scoring at least. Yeah, it's okay to lie now, and it's legal. Oh, that's fucking crazy. We got that. we got Shakur next. Unbelievable. I got to post. What are people saying about that fight? Because the thing about it, guys, is it wasn't even a barn burner. It wasn't one of these that's a fight that the world, we would have forgotten about if the fix wasn't in. You know what I mean? We don't remember that fight. We don't remember Conceição versus Foster because it wasn't an exciting fight. Foster did exactly what he wanted to do. He didn't get hit. He countered. He won almost every round. Mark Kriegel had it 11-1. And now we remember the fight for all the wrong reasons. Wow. What are they saying? I bet you Top Rank doesn't even post about it. Oh, Top Rank posts about it. Helen Keller and Ray Charles scored the fight. The comments, Helen Keller and Ray Charles scored the fight. I'm done, gang. Buddy lost clearly. Robert, if there ever is a chance, if there's ever a robbery, mate, that is it. That is fucking crazy. That is crazy. Oh, poor guy. You saw it. He was crying, dude. Nobody wants to see a grown man cry, man. All right, the boy, they're about to get called out. Stevie Wonder would do a better job. Ridiculous. Pure definition of it. Major Nichols, what's up? Every new fan needs to understand this. 100%. 100%. So, yeah, CompuBox did a new stat last month about fighters who get hit the least amount. I talked about this on the channel. Shakur is number 1. Dude, Timothy Bradley is in stitches right now. Dude, the analyst team, Mark Kriegel, Joe Tessitore, and Timothy Bradley are so salty right now. They could barely talk about the Shakur fight. Dude, this is fucked up. I was not invested in that fight before. I did not care about the Foster Conceição fight. But the ethics of boxing, the fabric of the sport, for that shit to take place, man, is fucking crazy. How could you care about a sport when it 115 to 113 is nuts. 2 judges, 116. All right, I got to turn the page. Keep it light. Turn the page. All right, Shakur versus Harutyunyan. Let's go. Kamel dropped him at the end of round 1. Yeah, I was guessing early work for Kamel, man. Keep us posted, Savage. I appreciate you. He's watching the Kamel Moten fight on that undercard of Diaz versus Masvidal. Kamel's 18. We know that. His opponent's 36. Took the fight on 4-day notice. Kamel's last fight, though, man, his opponent, that was a real fun fight. If you guys really want to know what type of cat Moten is, watch that last fight. His opponent was a dog. Kamel took a lot of shots that fight, too. He got a chin on him. He's not just a young up-and-comer. He got skills. We'll see how his career – he took this fight at 135 as well. Oh, my God, dude. The comments on this Conceição – it's crazy. Isn't that crazy that a fight that we shouldn't even be talking about, we're still talking about it because of the judges? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's like there's some sort of pause here because the production, they're delaying the walkouts for some reason. So they're showing old interviews of Shakur talking about his retirement. I wonder what the delay is, dude. I wonder if Foster's camp stormed the judges' tables. It's still wild to think that we live in a day and age of combat sports, whether it's MMA, boxing, fucking karate combat league, that we have judges that don't fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could I think the karate combat league actually has judges who fight? So I apologize for saying them. But I know MMA doesn't, and I know boxing, fucking Adelaide Bird has never thrown a punch in her life. You would think at this day and age we would have fighters, at least people who have trained, who know how to throw punches or have been beaten up before, or people who have beaten people up before judging. Because to think that you just got these fucking people off the streets who can't even run a mile, never been hit in the mouth before, judging the career trajectory of these guys who devote their whole life into a sport, who a lot of them end up with, trauma-related Parkinson's, tax evasion, no skills to run their, like, it's a fucking brutal sport, and it usually doesn't end well. Their future depends upon judges like Adelaide Bird is freaking crazy to me. It is such a travesty. That is unbelievable. I can't get past that. I need to get past that. And like I said, the fighters aren't walking out. They're talking to Shakur still. Kamel won. It's over. What, second round? Yeah, Kamel's not good. That dude is his style. Kamel Moten's style is built on chaos. All right, Shakur's getting walked out. Is that Bud in the? Usually Bud's always with him. I haven't seen Bud yet. Kamel won. It's over. Bird should be judging a cockfight. Second round, yes. All right, the boys are getting walked out. All right, we're about to see. I mean, there's a lot. Believe it or not, there's a lot of pressure on Stevenson, man. You could, as the fighter, you could say all you want about like you don't read the comments, you don't listen to the fans' criticism, but I think he's fighting out the end of his contract. He's a free agent after this fight. He didn't look great, and it wasn't his best performance last fight. He wasn't 100%, and there's a lot of pressure on that, and pressures that you can't really weigh in on. You can't put. They're not. You can't measure these pressures because they're all sort of like intrinsic things. Oh, Bud is with him. Bud Crawford is looking mean. That's why Bud's my favorite. Crawford is a mean. Like, look at him. Just when you got Andre Ward and Bud Crawford walking you out, dude, that's pressure in itself. All right, we're about to get it on. Here we go. He threw 700 plus punches and missed on 89% of them. They're actually a commercial now. Worst thing I've seen in years. What's the worst robbery you guys have seen? Because now this has me thinking. I don't know if I've seen personally. I know I haven't live streamed one. I know this is hands down the worst robbery I've ever live streamed. But what's the worst robbery you guys have seen? Like legit robbery? It's a good question. I know there's a couple like ref. I mean, I'm not talking about ref fuck ups, in terms of like I remember the Manuel Navarrete knockout when he knocked out Liam Wilson from Australia. But in the early rounds, Liam Wilson cracked Navarrete, and Navarrete dropped, and the ref gave him like a really long count. I'm not talking things like that. I'm talking about like 12-round decision. What's the worst robbery? Pacquiao versus Horn. Will Aquino. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to debate you on that. I have my whole. I watched that fight. That fight was up in Brisbane, Australia. If you rewatch that fight, Pacquiao versus Horn, why I think people think that's a robbery is that when round 9, go back to round 9 of that fight, Manny Pacquiao in round 9, it's the round that he almost stopped Horn, looked like Manny Pacquiao in his prime. But 9 of those 12 rounds, he didn't. But also in that 9th round against Horn, you got to see the skill set differential of greatness between Pacquiao and Horn because Pacquiao looked amazing in round 9. You got to see how great all of his wins and world title fights and everything he's done in his Hall of Fame career. In that one round, you got to see the difference with how much his career meant versus Horn. But that doesn't win a fight, and he didn't knock Horn out. And Horn won the first 7 rounds, and it's a sport of boxing. So I'll always stand on that hill and say that was not a robbery. But in one of those rounds, you got to see Pacquiao in his prime, obviously dog walks Horn. That's what I'm saying. So I could see why some people would say that. But I'm talking an overall 12-round accumulation of me judging rounds. That wasn't a robbery, at least in my opinion. But it's a good point. That's the one that a lot of people bring up. But I'll debate that one because if we're judging rounds, if we sat down and watched all 12 rounds, there's no way that Pacquiao wins more than – I didn't have Pacquiao winning more than 4 rounds in that fight, actually. Horn Pac comes to mind, and I'm an Aussie. Hey, Horn was warned by referee on 9th round to do better. Yeah. Why did the referee warn him? Was it for that much? Yeah, no, that 9th round was chaotic. All right. Artem Harutyunyan's getting wild. Let's turn the page. Harutyunyan's getting called out to the ring. He's had this interesting confidence about him the whole fight week, if you've noticed. He's smiling. I wanted to show you. It's almost like Harutyunyan knows something we don't. YouTube will get me. Your name is Adelaide. Touche. Adelaide used it against me. Will Aquino, you motorboat son of a bitch. He used my line. Harutyunyan's getting called out. He's smiling. He's all smiles right now. Harutyunyan said he could smell the fear in Shakur. Harutyunyan's in the ring. Here comes Shakur. This is going to be, just for the sake of the narrative of what's happened with Shakur's career, especially in the eye of the public opinion, it's already interesting to me. I never realized how much bigger Andre Ward was than Crawford. I guess Ward did fight it. Was it light heavy? When he was, because he was supposed to fight Pavlik super middle. Is that, did he ever go up? So 168. Did he ever fight at 74? When did he fight Kovalev? Yeah, he fought it. I thought he fought Kovalev at 74. Light heavy, undisputed. Jack P. Horn's fight against him. Horn's fight against Tim was ugly as hell to watch. Rugged and tough fighter, but the dude's fight made him. Tim looked bad. Respect to Horn though, but aesthetically it's an eyesore. Smell the fear. Artem needs some smelling salts. Great. It's a great comeback. Yeah. I don't know. I initially thought when Artem said that there might have been like a language barrier because, I mean, Armenian born, German raised. How many languages does Artem speak? You know, English isn't his first language. It's a party in Newark, man. This crowd is going crazy. This is wild to see. Good for Shakur, man. He needs that. He's smiling. I don't know who the rapper is. Part of my ignorance for modern day hip hop. I still listen to Tupac and Big L because I'm an old head. I listen to Mobb Deep, my hip hop list, Mobb Deep, Big L, Tupac, Biggie. I listen to the Loonies still, E40. I'm out here still listening to No Limit, Master P. So whenever these like newer boxers are walking out with rappers, I'm gonna be like, who's walking them out? Who is this guy? But the place is going crazy. Damn, Shakur, Newark, New Jersey, Brick City, man, they're loving him right now, man. It's good to see. All right, all this shit, all the hate people were talking, man, you could erase it. What do we always say? What have you done for me lately? Let's go. Shakur was boxing as a 5-year-old. You can see footage of that. I cut my hair off. Nobody even noticed, man. My girlfriend. I had my hair down to here. That's why I always wore this hat. My girlfriend was clowning me. She told me I looked unkept. So I had to get a haircut. All right, they're both in the ring, guys. Smell the fear, boy. Artem needs some smelling salts. That's the line of the night, man. Savage with the one-liner. Savage 187 with the Savage line. Wave Cap Bud is something different, by the way. Like Bud already is a mean dude but like Wave Cap Bud is like next level mean in my opinion. Yeah, I don't listen to any new rap. Still got Jeezy, T.I., Jay-Z, Snoop, Dre, all those boys. That's what's up. Forgot about T.I., man. The judges Lynn Carter, Guido Cavalieri, and Mark Lyson. There we go. Let's go. I love boxing, man. I'm a fucking nerd. All right, this first round is going to be like the first round is so interesting to me because is it in Shakur's head about the naysayers? He says he doesn't read the comments. He says he doesn't pay attention to the hate. If that's the case, his first round will always look like a Shakur Stevenson first round. Move, feint, exit, move, compute data like a world champion should do. But will all this pressure get to him and force him to fight differently? Because Shakur at 126 fought. Watch Shakur's fights at 126. Shakur at 126 fights differently than Shakur at 135. And it's only been a few years, man. When I reference that this is only his third fight at 135, that's not me making excuses for the De Los Santos fight. 9 pounds is 9 pounds. That's for such a small amount of time to go up in 9 pounds, 3 different divisions. Still just turned 27. He's not even in his physical prime. Things like that matter at the highest level, man. He weighed in at 134. Wasn't even at the 135-pound mark. Man, he could. I wonder if he ever goes up to. Well, does he ever go up to 140 in his career? Because he had power at 26, man. He was knocking guys out at 26, 126. Hope Shakur can stop his opponent. Same. I'm hoping on it too, man. Could you imagine a kid who's like as charismatic as Shakur who starts knocking guys out? I mean, I'm thinking about from the overall aesthetic of the sport of boxing. The division at 135, that makes the tank fight look even more interesting. If you get a boxer, a skilled guy like this, who also is a knockout threat. Here we go, guys. That place is sold out. Shakur will make his opponent tired from Dancing with the Stars. Well, Kenya. Artem Harutyunyan looking like a real estate agent, boy. He doesn't even have his mouthpiece in. That's not a good sign. They get to the center, they're about to start it, and Harutyunyan didn't have his mouthpiece in. That's not a good sign. I seen Johnny pause with the pan to that thick white. I do like thick white chicks. I don't like skinny girls, man. He got me. All right, round one, let's go. If you don't know, Southie versus Ortho, everybody on the stream understands all that. One thing I already see, Artem keeps his right hand. He doesn't really keep his phone on here. It's more here. And Harutyunyan took the Frank Martin fight on short notice. It's his only loss. Shakur is obviously back against the ropes as a counter boxer. Circles out, circles away from his. So the thing about orthodox versus southpaw is when Shakur wants to naturally circle left, because Harutyunyan's an orthodox fighter, he's going to be circling into Harutyunyan's power side. A minute gone. I like what I see from both guys so far. Bradley is expecting Shakur to time a left hook off of Harutyunyan's jab to the body. Harutyunyan misses with a big right hand. 90 seconds left in the first. Shakur hasn't even thrown a punch yet. There's a jab, misses. Harutyunyan lands a jab to the body, keeps his front foot placement. Shakur cuts the distance a bit, misses on a jab. Pause it out, nothing with any sort of demonstrative issue. Shakur makes a miss. Harutyunyan exits. They're fighting off angles now, which is kind of interesting. Shakur takes that angle, meaning that the reason why a boxing ring is called the squared circle is that geometrically we know a circle is 360 degrees, but there's 490-degree angles in a ring. So usually in a fight, the fighter who takes the center of the ring will force his opponent in one corner or in the other. You rarely ever see a fight happen against one of the elongated ropes. It's either going to be in the corner or in the middle. And right now, Harutyunyan is allowing Shakur to just float in between the right and left post. And 30 seconds left in the first round. Usually you wouldn't teach that sort of thing. You would teach your fighter to force him either in a corner or back away because you don't have the angle. But Shakur's controlling all of that with his movement. Not moving a lot, though. Moving just laterally. He's not going side to side a lot. 10 seconds. Shakur not really throwing anything with a lot of mustard on it yet. He's just seeing what Artem wants to do. I don't hate this first round. Shakur misses on a counter at the bell. That's a Harutyunyan round. I expect this to heat up. Oh, shit. Did I ever bet? I talked all that. No, I never put a bet on. How hilarious. I'm going to take Danny Jacobs. Round 2, guys. That comment about the thick girl is hilarious. I see Johnny pause in the pan to that thick white. You should see my girlfriend. If she was sitting here, she'd be laughing at that comment too. Round 2. Stevenson landed 3 punches. Harutyunyan landed only 2 in that first round. They said Shakur threw 20, Harutyunyan threw 24. They must be counting Shakur just doing his little pawing, but I wouldn't count those as punches. Beautiful right hand by Shakur. Yeah, same. To see that stat that says Shakur threw 24 punches is wild. They must be counting this, which if they're counting that kind of upsets me a bit. I probably had Shakur throwing 5 punches. 24 is crazy. He was 3 of 24. Harutyunyan was 2. Harutyunyan is very active though with his feet and his head. He looks way more active this round. 90 seconds left in the second. Shakur counters with the left. Harutyunyan misses with his jab, misses with his hook. Shakur in the corner. Y'all crazy. I love my girlfriend. Let's not talk about her. A minute left. Harutyunyan misses with a right hand. What you'd like to see is when Harutyunyan misses, you'd like to see Shakur throw something. He's not throwing anything yet. 45 seconds. But he's not circling. Like what he was doing with De Los Santos, because of De Los Santos' power, he kept circling left and right, getting on his bike. Shakur's movement tonight has all been lateral. 30 seconds left in the second. Shakur misses with a left hand. Harutyunyan jab to the body, 20 seconds left in the second. Misses with a jab. Shakur parrying his jab, misses with a jab. Good head movement by Harutyunyan. 10 seconds left. Shakur in the corner. Harutyunyan misses with an overhand. Shakur counters with a left hook. 5, 4, 3. Harutyunyan right hand to the body. Misses with the right hand. 2 in the books. Those rounds are flying by. Shakur turns to his corner and tells him to calm down. They got both ices. They're icing Shakur's both cheeks. I didn't even see him get hit with anything. They got the end swell out on his face. 2 in the books. Round 3 coming up. Neither corner looks worried. I think they're icing that. You know what? That's a good question. You know, obviously we know what that does. That cauterizes the swelling, the inflammation on the cheekbones. It almost looked like they were using it almost to apply just a little bit of lather, like the Vaseline, because he wasn't pressing it. It wasn't like he was here. He was kind of doing that number. I didn't see any swelling. Maybe it was just part of his routine. You know, but this is a very superstitious sport. Everything from the corner to the coaches to the guy with the end swell. So maybe I'd have to see more of the rounds. Maybe it's something that his corner just always does at the end of the round, just kind of does that. Because you're right, I didn't see anything significant land from Harutyunyan. Harutyunyan's trying to work Shakur's body, not really landing anything up top. 30 seconds gone in the third round. Looks off, but I guess we'll see. It's not that Stevenson, I don't think. Did you guys notice what Stevenson has on his belt line? I just saw that right now. Shakur put on his belt line Twitterson. That's hilarious. He's trolling. He's trolling the trolls. A minute gone in the third. Shakur on his shorts has Twitterson. That is hilarious. How could he say he doesn't listen to the trolls? 1 minute gone in the third. I think Shakur took those first few rounds to see how comfortable he could be just standing there, because he's not moving. He's not moving left to right. He's moving laterally. So here, 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 here. He's not exiting a lot, which should signify that he's planning his range out, and he's planning to he's looking way more intensive this round. Everything that he's doing is looking like he's trying to set up his power shots. He's not circling away from Harutyunyan. It's not like he's trying to avoid his power. Shakur lands a nice left hand there, another left hook there. There's 2 minutes gone in the third. Stevenson's starting to look with his body language like he's going to start trading with Harutyunyan. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing. Harutyunyan's game plan, staying active. He looks the same as he did at the beginning of the fight. It's Shakur's movement that's looking different. For Shakur fans, on a positive note, Shakur's looking way more demonstrative with where he's exiting, where he's coming back into range. For instance, against De Los Santos, nice right hand by Shakur. Shakur grapples him. 30 seconds left in the third. With De Los Santos, Shakur's movement, he would exit all the way around the ring and then recalibrate. With Harutyunyan, he's just going lateral, about 1 or 2 steps, coming back in, starting to counter. And that shows his body language is at least telling me that he's not really fearing anything coming back from Harutyunyan, and he's going to try to catch Harutyunyan walking onto something. 10 seconds left in the third. It's starting to look really interesting. Harutyunyan's picking up. Harutyunyan throws a nice flurry, misses. Shakur counters with a left hand to the body. Another left hand, the round ends. Starting to heat up. Interesting. Yeah, he's standing in front of him, but not throwing a lot. Shakur about to start turning up. Savage, I think you're spot on. 1-2 clean. Loma beats Shakur. Wilakina. I'd love to see that fight. That 1-2 was nice. Every time I bring up Loma Shakur, people bring up Loma Tank. But Shakur's been asking for that fight for a long time. Prime Shakur, his feet is his defense. His feet is his defense. I mean, your feet should be, he has great feet. This round 4, I think he's going to show us something, guys. I'm not saying this because I picked him to win by knockout in the 5th. Round 4. Be a great fight, but Loma didn't want that fight. True story. Here we go, round 4. Harutyunyan jab, right hand to the body. Shakur parrying his jab, pawn, staying there, trying to set up his backhand. Harutyunyan misses with an uppercut, throws another hook to the body. Harutyunyan lands to the body. Shakur counters with a right hook. Shakur's trying to set up his backhand. Nice jab by Shakur. Harutyunyan circles away. Like I said, orthodox for southpaw, they're actually circling into each side's power. Power punches landed. Stevenson 19 to Harutyunyan 10 after 3 rounds. Shakur Stevenson. Well, the good news is in round 3, Shakur landed 10 punches. The first time in 2 fights where Shakur landed double-digit punches, because we know against De Los Santos, neither guy landed double-digit punches. So for the first time in 16 rounds, Shakur lands double-digit punches. Hey, we have a stat for the day, even though it was only 10 punches. His feet is his defense, but his offense is his defense. There's a reason why people didn't walk reckless in the play. It's accurate. Yeah, Shakur's super accurate, and he's hard to hit. That's boxing, guys. Accuracy and being hard to hit is a huge blueprint to being successful in a sport where you don't want to get Shakur with a gorgeous 1-2 slip under. Little flashes like that in the pocket. Shakur just went boom, boom, under. Makes Harutyunyan miss. Misses again, Harutyunyan. Harutyunyan's starting to get swelling under his left eye. You hear 5 announcers try to pronounce his name. Everybody pronounces it differently. Timothy Bradley's calling him Harutyunyan. I heard it was pronounced Harutyunyan. A minute left. Shakur with a nice backhand to the body. 45 seconds left in the 4th. Shakur's parrying his jab. Harutyunyan lands a nice right hand. Angles off. Nice work in the pocket by both guys. Shakur with a nice 1-2. Shakur with a nice jab. 20 seconds left. Harutyunyan, nice jab. Angles off. Harutyunyan misses with the right hand. 10 seconds left in the 4th. Shakur misses with the left to the body. Nice 1-2 by Shakur. End of the round. 4 in the books. So Shakur's corner just said, you need to calm down. He says, I know you're going to stop him, but you need to be more patient. That was advice from Shakur's corner. I guess they see that Shakur, they don't like that Shakur's staying that close to him right now, which is interesting. Because I like what I see from Shakur so far. He's not, he went from like, if this is the pocket and this is the distance that he's exiting normally, he went from here to about here and here. And that's kind of the tell in like at this level of like how far do we exit? How far do you stay? Where's that danger zone? And what people were expecting Shakur to be out here, he's here now. His corner is the one who told him to stop doing that, which is interesting. The corner said be more patient, which means that they don't like how Shakur has cut that distance 4 rounds in the books. I like it. 39-37 Kriegel. Kriegel has given Shakur 3 rounds. Yeah, I gave Harutyunyan the first round. Harutyunyan with a nice combo. You know, the one thing is Harutyunyan is working Shakur's body, which, I mean, De Los Santos couldn't do that. Conceição couldn't do that. I don't ever remember seeing Shakur fight a guy who worked his body. Valdez couldn't do that. Harutyunyan's game plan is the body. Shakur with a nice left hand over the top. Nice jab. This round's been by far a minute gone the most action. Nice jab by Shakur. $90 seconds left in the 5th. So the announcers are talking about that distance or the lack thereof that Shakur has given Harutyunyan. Shakur's staying in the pocket now. A minute left in the 5th. Oh, beautiful counter by Shakur. Nice jab up top. Good jab by Shakur. Harutyunyan has swelling under the left eye, being a little bit more significant now. Big left hand by Shakur. Oh, Harutyunyan takes 2 steps back. Shakur's landing everything at the moment. 1-2 clean. Left hand to the body clean. 45 seconds left in the 5th. The jab's landing. Harutyunyan is trying to get himself back in there, moving his head a bit. Shakur hasn't taken 1 step back in this round. $30 seconds left. Big left hand by Shakur. Big left hand to the body by Shakur. 10 seconds left. Big left hand to the body by Shakur. Left hand up top. Round 5 ends. He's not moving. Stevenson's staying there. I think Shakur trying to prove a point also about running. 100%. I think Artem's getting close, and that's why Shakur's corner upset. True. Rosaline, that red looks like it's going to down okay. Yep. They're working on Shakur, both of his eyes. I don't see much swell. I see a little bit of redness under Shakur's right eye. Wow, Shakur is very vocal in his corner, saying I could knock him out, and his corner's telling him I believe you. Shakur's smiling. He's looking like he's having fun in there. That's good to see. He's up right now. When Stevenson lands his 1-2s flush, he's so precise with it, man, and his mixed with his speed and his precision, that creates power. Power isn't always a big old wide open muscular shot. A lot of power comes from precision and accuracy. And then you mix that with speed. Shakur keeps telling his grandpa that he's going to stop him. 66% to 24 last round. Shakur lands 21 out of 32. By far his best round in 2 fights. Stanley Wells, I have Shakur. It looks like a good bet right now, Stanley, the way this fight's trending. 30 seconds gone in the 6th. Harutyunyan looked good early, the first 3 rounds. Right now, Harutyunyan just looks kind of like almost like a sparring partner for Shakur. Timothy Bradley just brought up a good point. Why is he fighting Harutyunyan? Because nobody else in the division wanted the fight. Big left hand by Shakur. Big right hand by Harutyunyan. A minute gone in the 6th. Shakur is not moving. He's staying right in the middle. I love that his shorts say Twitterson on him, guys. That's one of my favorite things. Big right hand by Shakur. Harutyunyan looks at him and throws his hands up, but when a fighter does that, you know it hurt him. Big left hand by Shakur. Big right hand. Oh, that's a liver shot. Harutyunyan takes 2 steps back. Harutyunyan turns to the body. Shakur called that. Harutyunyan's trying to hide it and fight valiantly, but Shakur landed a big shot to the body. A minute left in the 6th. That body shot did hurt, Savage. Nice jab by Shakur. He's laughing. He's smiling. This Shakur Stevenson's having fun in there, dude. And a Shakur Stevenson who's having fun is a nightmare. Oh, god damn, he's so accurate, man. People are crazy talking shit on Shakur, dude. Oh, Harutyunyan's backing up. That body work, Shakur said it during the weigh-in. He was going to hurt him to the body. He said, you better be doing your sit-ups, Harutyunyan. I'm going to hurt you to the body. Big left hook up top. 30 seconds left in the 6th. Harutyunyan's throwing back. Ooh, body rip by Shakur. 10 seconds left in the 6th. Harutyunyan's throwing back. End of the round. Big round by Shakur. Halfway through the fight. Yeah, you did call that. You said round 5, round 6, Artem was going to start running. It's the first time we've seen Harutyunyan take some steps back. Man, it's good. Yeah, you guys know your boxing, man. This is awesome. I have Shakur round out. Dude, Stanley Wells, that round 9 prediction is looking good, man. The thing that makes Shakur so dangerous is that accuracy. And I think with time, he's going to become more confident in when to pull that trigger. Because when he sees you backing up and he sees the blood in the water, man, he doesn't miss. 45% to 16%. He's 74 out of 163 already in 6 rounds. Oh, Shakur is staring him down. Accuracy and feet, Savage, 100. Big fight IQ too, guys. Big fight IQ. 74 to 31 punches landed. So Shakur's the last 3 rounds, 13, 21, and 21 punches landed. 74 to 31 over the first 6 rounds in terms of punches landed. Artem misses with a big right hand. Shakur counters him. Every time Artem throws something wild, Shakur's there to just pop, pop, pop. 30 seconds gone, round 7. Shakur said it during the weigh-ins. He was going to work the body. I'll have my grandma now. Your grandma can scrap, Will. Shit. Abuelita Aquino could fight. I heard that. Abuelita. I miss my grandma. Grandmas are special, man. Cheers to grandmas. They don't get a lot of love. Grandma should get more love, I feel. 1:45 left in the 7th. Harutyunyan lands a right hand. Shakur has a little bit of swelling over his right eye, above the brow. Shakur left hand to the body, left hand to the head. I love that combo here. Body, head. My boxing coach used to say, if you're going to invest in the body here, always finish up top. I'll never forget that. We're sparring. Oh, big left hand to the head by Shakur. Harutyunyan's taking steps back. Shakur's starting to throw pop shots. Artem lands a right hand to the body. Shakur doesn't. Oh, Shakur lands to the body. A minute left in the 7th. Shakur jabs up top, feints, slips. Harutyunyan misses with a right hand. Harutyunyan lands to the body. Shakur stays in the pocket, counters with a left hand to the body. It's evident. Shakur is high here. Boom, ripped to the body. Not moving much at all. Big right hand to the body, left hand up top. 30 seconds in the 7th. Harutyunyan backs up again. Harutyunyan's starting to get hit a lot. Stanley Wells, Shakur versus Tank. Yes, please. Shakur is just on another level when he fights in the pocket. 100%. 100%. That's the fight, man. Shakur Tank. 10 seconds left in the 7th. Baltimore versus Newark. Could you imagine? Big left hand by Stevenson. That's definitely a Vegas fight. Imagine that card. Shakur saying he's just trying to survive. It's amazing how visceral Shakur is in between rounds. Like how aware he is. This is a grandfather and a grandson, Wally Moses, man. It's a special relationship between grandpa and grandson. Because you see some corners, the fighter just computes. The fighter doesn't talk with the corner. I like watching Wally Moses and Shakur because they're both like this connected and they're talking. Shakur showing a chin too. 100. Oh, I love how Shakur reacts when he lands a big shot. He'll go, dude, Newark is out here crazy. Harutyunyan starts round 8 with a right hand to the body. Harutyunyan. 30 seconds gone in the 8th. Shakur, big left hand to the body. Big left hand up top. Harutyunyan right hand misses, left hand misses. Shakur's management of range is so high level. He's just here. Like his mobility as well, upper thoracic. So like from waist up, being able to come here, he's when you think about fighters who kind of get stiffen up, he's the opposite of that, man. Nice left hand. We just need a finish now. Like he and the good thing about it is Shakur knows he wants to finish. Harutyunyan's running from Shakur. The last 3 rounds after that liver shot, I think in the 5th, Harutyunyan has just been backing up. He's just in survival mode. Part of being a fan-friendly fighter, though, is knowing how to get guys out of there. Shakur with a nice jab. Shakur has the skills to trap him. Good left hand. A minute left in the 8th. Big shot to the body. A minute left in the 8th. Big right hand by Harutyunyan. They both exchange left hands. Shakur lands his. Artem lands a left. 30 seconds left in the 8th. Artem's just backing up now, though. He's not really exchanging with Shakur. He has Shakur on the ropes here. Artem has swelling under his left eye as well. Nice combo by Shakur. A little 1, 2, 3. 10 seconds left in the 8th. Beautiful body work. 3 shots to the body. And he laughs at him. Shakur's frustrated that Artem's running from him. Four more rounds. Shakur's definitely showing a chin. Shakur's up, smiling. He just needs to finish him now. Andre Ward's there. Bud Crawford's there. Bud's at the ropes. They put Andre Ward in the 3rd row? That's crazy. Round 9. Harutyunyan misses on the left hook. Harutyunyan misses with a right hand. Shakur stays right in the center. Keeps control. Nice 1-2 by Shakur. %. Timothy Bradley just said Shakur has to figure out a way how to end the fight. 2.5 minutes in the 9th. Harutyunyan with a nice right hand to the body, right hand up top. Harutyunyan with a nice combination. Good Shakur. Bradley's challenging Shakur now to finish Harutyunyan by taking more risks. Harutyunyan with a 1-2. Harutyunyan's arm punching now. Harutyunyan's just here versus here. He's just there. Body work by Shakur. 2 minutes left in the 9th. Round 10 Shakur if he steps it up. Skull Gizzy in the house. What's up, Skull? Shakur, it's there. Shakur needs to make that decision consciously to stay there, turn the pressure up, get hit with one, but give it back. 90 seconds left in the 9th. They're exchanging straight punches. Artem lands a jab. Shakur lands a nice shot to the body. Artem slips, lands a nice right hand of his own. Shakur slips, stays in the pocket. They're trading a bit here. 90 seconds left in the 9th round. Shakur drops low, back down to the body. Another left hand to the body. Artem circles out. It's Artem Harutyunyan who's been moving the last 4 rounds. Shakur with a big right hand over the top. Nice combination. The crowd's starting to come alive a bit. A minute left in the 9th round. Artem Harutyunyan trying to exchange back with a straight shot, but once again, all of Artem's punches are arm punches. He's here, 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 rather than here, 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 because this takes a lot of here to get countered. So this, shorter, not really sitting on anything. Artem with a nice uppercut. 1-2, misses with a hook. 40 seconds left. Shakur's staying in the pocket, guys. I got to tell you what. Stevenson's standing there here, boy, moving. 30 seconds left in the 9th. Shakur, big left shot to the body. Oh, the ref steps in, says it was a low blow. Didn't look low to me. Didn't look low to me. The ref broke him up. 20 seconds left in the 9th. Ten, 9, 8. End of the 9th round. Shakur with a nice 4-punch combo to the body. Harutyunyan's back against the rope. Shakur, Artem lands a left. Shakur throws a right, and that's the round. Let's go. Let's see what the internet is saying. All right, Shakur's corner's telling him now to hit him with something. They figure, what, 10, 11, 3 rounds left? I love how connected him and his grandpa. Wally Moses, man. W-A-L-I. Wally. Bud Crawford in the crowd. That's his oldest son. Artem just trying to survive. That's right, Savage. Ain't trying to win. Gonna be hard to stop him. True. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. Both of these guys are professionals. Both of them are Olympians. The one thing a high-level boxer knows how to do is survive. 89-82 for Stevenson. Somebody gave, you give Artem one round. You give Artem the first round. Let's go, Core. Come on. Ooh, nice liver shot. You got to give it to Shakur. He's sticking to that game plan, man. He's not running. He's sneaking that little fucking left hand to the liver. Oh, big body rip by Core. Two minutes left in the 10th. Harutyunyan has swelling over both eyes. Good body work by Shakur. They're exchanging the pocket. Artem's given. Shakur's given. 90 seconds left in the 10th. Shakur's fighting in the clinch this fight, which is good to see. Oh, big right hand. Big left hand by Shakur. A minute left in the 10th. Shakur's not even breathing hard, though. Nice left hand by Shakur. 30 seconds left in the 10th. 1-2, 1-2 lands by Shakur. 30 seconds left. Artem throwing back. Bradley believes that Artem believes that he can win. I disagree. I think that Harutyunyan's just trying to hang on. Nice left hand by Shakur. Nice liver shot. 10 seconds left in the 10th. Artem lands a nice body rip. 2 rounds left, guys. Shakur and his grandpa are arguing right now. Yeah, he stopped using his jab in like the 6th round. That's kind of interesting because it's the jab that sets up that backhand of his that's so nice. They're arguing. You don't want to see that. Yeah, Wally Moses, Shakur's grandpa, for the whole 1 minute, were arguing back and forth, which you don't ever like to see. But that, it's his grandpa. You can't judge that. Using his jab will set up 100%, man. I agree. 41% to 17%. Shakur's landed 147 to Harutyunyan 63. Harutyunyan's thrown 362 to Shakur's 355, but he can't land on him. That's a testament to Shakur's defensive acumen and Shakur's accuracy. You could tell he's getting a little bit frustrated because Ironically, the same frustration De Los Santos must have felt with Shakur moving. Shakur's getting frustrated that Harutyunyan's moving. But the last few rounds, Harutyunyan hasn't been moving. Big left hand by Shakur. A minute gone in the 11th. It's going to be tough to get Harutyunyan out here in the next 4 minutes, next 5 minutes. But guys, this is boxing, man. It's all about it's problem solving. You know what I'm saying? Like problem solving in the moment. And that's the tough thing, that as fans, we just see the fight. It's hard for us to compartmentalize the fight from the fighter's mindset on making decisions and actions, problem solving, especially when there's shots being thrown. 90 seconds left in the 11th. Shakur misses with a big land over the top. Harutyunyan's more active now than he's been. Throws a big right hand, misses. Harutyunyan's there to be hit. He has swelling under his right eye, swelling under his left eye. Shakur really isn't even really breaking a sweat yet. 11 rounds gone. A minute 10 left in the 11th. Shakur does have a little bit of swelling above his left eye. But Harutyunyan's real active right now. He's been active from the 8th to 9th round on. From the 5th, 6th, 7th round, it looked like Harutyunyan was going to get out of there. Ooh, nice left hand by Shakur. Misses with a left hand, 45 seconds. Look, this fight's going to go the way it looks like it's going to go now. Shakur by decision. He didn't run this fight, but big left hand misses. They shouldn't be arguing, though. I agree. Shakur, I agree. It makes you think about coachability. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder what I wouldn't want him to leave Wally, but like, what would Shakur do in a different camp? Would he ever think about going to a different camp? I know it's a dumb question to ask. It happens all the time in MMA. Fighters leave camps all the time in MMA. It doesn't really happen a lot in boxing. There's 1 round left, guys. One of my favorite fighters of all time in MMA is a guy named Robbie Lawler. And Robbie Lawler came up through the ranks in the early 2000s with a camp out of Iowa called the Miletich Fighting Academy. And these guys were like pioneers of MMA. You know, Robbie was in the UFC from the early 2000s. He just retired in 2023. And it was a big deal in the mid-2000s when Robbie left Pat Miletich and went down south to American Top Team. And 4 years after Robbie left, Miletich was with American Top Team. He became a world champion. Sometimes fans are leaving. That's not a good sign. Oh, fans were exiting. I don't know why the cameras went on to that. There's 1 round left. I guess people were trying to hit the exits. All right, so Wally Moses, grandpa saying, I know you want the KO, but he's just trying to survive. Whenever you get a guy who's an Olympic bronze medalist, he's going to know how to survive. But I don't know. This fight will help his cause a bit for the trolls, because Shakur didn't run. Harutyunyan's running. This is Shakur Stevenson, though, guys. Shakur Stevenson isn't a knockout artist. He's a boxer, a pure boxer with great defensive skills, with a high fight IQ. The crazy thing is, at 27, he's going to move to 22-0. It's his 3rd fight at 135. We haven't seen the best of him. I think this fight makes the Tank Davis fight even more intriguing. I would love that fight. 2 minutes left in the fight. Harutyunyan, you don't become a bronze medalist in the Olympics and not know how to box and not know how to survive. His grandpa said, triple up the jab. You know you're fast when – think about that, Savage. Think about that. The skill set you must have for your coach to say triple up the jab. That's like that triple jab in a world title fight is something crazy. Because like you can time that, you can even time the double, but to throw the triple, that's something crazy. You know, you got skill set when that's your advice. Triple up the jab. So pop, pop, pop. Yeah, if he wants Shakur to affect Artem's timing to trick him a bit. I guess maybe that's a good point. I didn't catch that, but that's probably a take home point then is for Shakur to maybe work on the tempo of his exchanges, maybe not necessarily the speed or timing, but the tempo on how he throws things. I guess Shakur needs to be what he's so not trying not to end up like Devin. Yeah, Devin was trying to fight that ego against Ryan. That's a good point. I think Shakur might. I think Shakur is too smart for that, man. I don't see Shakur ever putting himself to. What do they say? Don't hook with a hooker. You know, you could jab with a jabber, but you don't fucking hook with a hooker. And Ryan Garcia is a fucking hooker. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? I don't ever see Shakur hooking with a hooker. You know what I'm saying? We know Harutyunyan's not a hooker. Fucking Tank is. That's another reason why that fight's so interesting. 15 seconds left in the 12th, guys. This is a whitewash. I want to see the energy that Shakur has on the mic. I want to see what Mark Kriegel has to say. I want to see what Timothy Bradley has to say. What are the haters saying? Shakur's laughing and smiling. Shakur's having fun here. That's it. Too smart. Guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. We know how this fight's going to end. It's 2 o'clock my time. If you're not subscribed to my channel, Johnny says, next week we got Boots, David Avenetian. Tomorrow I'm doing a video on the statistical breakdown. I'm also going to do a video this week on why or how Boots wins, how Ava wins, and expect more content from the channel. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate you.